leche. I'm a god, you better not disrespect me. Who I am, I stand where I stand. Got faith in God, he said I am who I am. The Lord, I swear that tastes like leche. I'm a god, you better not disrespect me. Who I am, I stand where I stand. God told me I am who I am. Yo, Christian pastor, he don't make no sense, eh? My bishop, he just like my sensei. I work, I am never idle. I kept the chain and I threw out the idol. This is not a song, this is a thunderstorm. Someone get a microphone and then they hit record it. I'm a saint, but I'm not from New Orleans. I don't like sports, but in these scriptures I be ballin'. The laws, men that taste like leche. I'm a god, you better not disrespect me. Who I am, I stand where I stand. Got faith in God, he said I am who I am. The Lord, I swear that tastes like leche. I'm a god, you better not disrespect me. Who I am, I stand where I stand. God told me I am who I am. Look, no mark of the beast in my hand. Why would I want reparations when taking over the world is my plan? Whenever I say I'm a Jew, the ADL, they call it hate. Why would I go join the army when I know my army's coming from space? Someone go light up the fuse when I know that God fighting for me. How in the hell would I lose? I see all my people are snoring. I'm not the type to go hit up the snooze. They have brought all of my people on ships, and when we got here, they gave us the blues. We shut out the two, we go out in twos. Hey, they ain't gonna believe how we did it. Men that taste like leche. I'm a god, you better not disrespect me. Who I am, I stand where I stand. Got faith in God, he said I am who I am. The Lord, I swear that tastes like leche. I'm a god, you better not disrespect me. Who I am, I stand where I stand. God told me I am who I am. Public announcement, look. I'm at the top like a tower, you couldn't last for an hour. Bet when it rains, I'ma stay dry like a towel. I'm after you like a vowel, it is what it is. This the New Testament, dog. You shouldn't mess with a dog. The color of Christ, you shouldn't mess with a dog. Heathens a mess, oh my God. I aim for your mouth, aim for your head, aim for your leg, aim for your shirt. Aim at your clout, you put me in chains, I ain't gonna pout. You push me down, I ain't staying down. You push me out, I ain't staying out. You can't turn us down, my speaker too loud. Here's with a circle, we coming around for real. Please don't push me, I'm right off the edge. Doing things to try to get ahead. But this flight ain't aiming at my head. When I die, my sun rain in my stead. We gon' stay ahead. Even if I die, I bet my son gon' take revenge. Don't know what you talking about, they hating on their head. I done took a pledge. I broke the bread. Most high in Christ bless. Most high in Christ bless. We broke the bread. We broke the bread. You know the rest. You know.
Got my Avenger, no Ultron. Yeah. I left for my business unfinished, but it won't diminish my legacy. Go on, take over my battles like go home. The heathen been under my arm like a roll on. What? I bet they gon' hold on. They something they right with their mind, and I'm thinking they so gone. The Lord that commanded that I can avenge, or the big grudge and exacting revenge, but they not my kin. So when they get, I'm at it again like a sequel to Friends. Gave us more problems and took all the land. They give us affliction and broke all our bands. Raising the prince, God made me a king. I'm grieving my enemies, teaching my kids, I know they vex. I've been meditating on the scripts, teaching all my children how to live. You better do the same before you dare.
When I die, my sun rain in my stead. we gon' stay ahead. Even if I die, I bet my son gon' take revenge. Don't know what you talking about, they hating on their head. I done took a pledge, I done took a pledge. I broke the bread, most high in Christ blessed, most high in Christ blessed. We broke the bread, we broke the bread. You know the rest, you know. Inside told me to rebel against God, and I told him no. I got a feeling inside, I think that is lust, I can't let it grow. The devil, he tried to beguile me, but I looked at him and I told him no. It's venom. I'm from the tribe of Judah, I'm rocking with Levi, ain't talking the denim. I gotta judge the people, but I do not have the power to condemn them. Little ones, I can't offend them. Casting out demons, I'm looking for swine to find out where do I send them. I heard this beat, it was groovy. You see us marching, we got a whole camera team, look like we shooting a movie. Attitude just like I'm Riley, knowledgeable like I'm Huey. All of you nations, you owe me, like you're Brian and I'm Stewie. Where's my money? Ooey. Gross. Just like the darkness inside of my people, I see it's been growing the most. It's crazy how niggas be talking, ain't doing a lot, but doing the most. They broken the bread and turning the toast. Whoa. What's funny is I put the blunt down, but Christians still asking for smoke. I'm pulling precept on precept on precept on precept, and all they can do is just quote. Don't cut a man in the midst of his speech. Only thing cutting me off is a comma. Only thing sitting me down is a diner. That's when I eat. Bon appetit. Only one setting things off, no Latifah. Only one's running things just like a sneaker. Only one's crying aloud like a speaker. You sit alone on the side like a bleacher. I keep the laws of God, I can teach it. We at the top. Just like a t-shirt, you feel the curse because of your sin. You're covered in thorns, so we couldn't reach you. My God is the best, I do not need the whole alphabet. Just give me the R and the E and the S. Then give me the P and the E and the C and the T. Then give me my respect. I know it's not hard to forget. This better not happen again. Hey, no. When I was young, but he died for the kid. Locked up, put in jail, no one did my bit. I was blind, now the spirit put my eyes open. Now I'm fine where I'm at, nothing better than this. Hey, better than this. Nothing better than this. Yeah, better than this. Look, nothing's better than this. Oh, I don't need to hit the club no more. My foes no more. No, no, no. I don't need to hit the drugs no more. No, no, no. I'm trying to find what I really want. Nothing else feels much better. All my sins, yeah, I had to let them. Hey. Better than this, nothing better than this, yeah. Better than this, came to make history. I did not come to make friends. The Bible is playing in front of their eyes. It's all coming down to an end. This is the part I was talking about. He about to reveal all these sins. I decided to repent. I cannot follow my sin. I came to make history. I did not come to make friends. The Bible is playing in front of their eyes. It's all coming down to an end. This is the part I was talking about. He about to reveal all these sins. I decided to repent. I cannot follow my sin. Right now it's a drought, and niggas is figuring out. Yeah, we got the Bible right now. Yeah, we don't got time for the, we don't got time for the clout. I know who here for the clout. Here for the clout, man. We bout to shut it all down. Look, we bout to tear it all up. No BET Terrence, but tearing it up. I got the flames flaring right up. We got the stage that's tearing at us. I'm with the captains, they tearing it up. Knocking them down, we build it right up. Yeah, they thought we were out of luck. They tore us down, we built them right up. Man, I'm tired of niggas. Tired of acting like I never get it. Tired of being around people who quit it. Tired of acting like I put it victim. Tired of feeling oppressed by the system. I've been affected for so long. I know there's a lethal weapon, but no weapon formed against me never prosper. You can know it, go and let it go. I did not come to make friends. The Bible is playing in front of their eyes. It's all coming down to an end. This is the part I was talking about. He about to reveal all his sins. I decided to repent. I cannot follow my sin. I came to make history. I did not come to make friends. The Bible is playing in front of their eyes. It's all coming down to an end. This is the part I was talking about. He about to reveal all his sins. I decided to repent. I cannot follow my sin.
I came in the truth and switched up the game. No longer a Grecian, I changed my own name. My parents was looking like, boy, you so crazy. But I heard the word and changed my ways. I aim for the goal, I'm trying to win. You lacking the word, you dying your sins. To be a new man, I had to repent. You playing with God, the project in. Yeah, keep it 100, I ain't trying to flex. This walk is hard, but I'm trying my best. Satan be plotting, he ain't for my neck. I must keep fighting, the kingdom is next. Gotta keep the faith, I can't be caught lacking. Gotta endure, this is history in the making.
I came to make history. I did not come to make friends.
Gotta endure, this is history in the making.
I decided to repent. I cannot follow my sin.
Gotta endure, this is history in the making.
All right, Israel, let us rise and face Jerusalem. Men of Israel, blow trumpets. Trumpets down. They that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people, from henceforth even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteousness put forth their hands unto iniquity. Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord lead them forth with the workers of iniquity. But peace shall be upon Israel. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord. We thank you for another Sabbath, Lord. We thank you for bringing us together, dear Lord. Heavenly Father, we ask that you strengthen those that are out there on the men's conference, Lord, that are those that are out there traveling, dear Lord. We ask that you strengthen them. We ask that you bless the bishops, dear Lord, the deacons, the captains, the officers, the soldiers, the men, the women, and the children, dear Lord. We ask that you bless the food, dear Lord. We ask you bless the drinks, the strong drinks, dear Lord. We ask you heal the sick that is among us, dear Lord. We ask you heal the house of soldier Manasseh, dear Lord, his daughter Rebecca. We ask you heal her, Father. Send your angels to heal her. Send your angels to protect her, dear Lord. We also ask that you bring judgment upon our enemies, dear Lord, the SPLC, the Canary Mission, the ADL, dear Lord. All those that are seeking to do your prophets harm, that are trying to stop the movement of God, dear Lord. Bring judgment upon them, dear Lord. In your name we pray and we thank you. Amen. Men of Israel, sons of God, patient saints, sons of God, hand salute.
Most High Christ bless.
Salute down. And to the daughters of Israel we say shalom.
Most High Christ bless.
All praises, everybody. Good morning. Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. My name, I'm Officer Nahum with IUIC Raleigh. We're going to bring in this morning's class, okay? This morning's class. You guys can see the topic as, that's posted. So we're going to try to go ahead and get into the lesson here real quick. So let's start off. Give me Romans 15:4 real quick. Give me Romans 15:4. Because, everything we bringing out, what I'm saying, there's a lot of this stuff taking place, a lot of evil going on amongst our people, a lot of evil going on amongst the other nations that's toward us, what I'm saying? So read what you got there.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
So this Bible was written aforetime, meaning in the past, right? But it still got prophecies, things that haven't been fulfilled, things that take place. Whenever you put down the low state, we're supposed to go to the Bible to seek our comfort. Read on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
That we might have hope, that we may reach the kingdom, okay? This is where we go to when you're feeling down and out. Come to the Bible. This is God's words. This is how you're going to uplift yourself. Why? Because you're going to see your forefathers in them. They went through the same struggles. They went through the same things, okay? Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 10. Because like they always say, there's no new thing under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we see that's taking place, hey, guess what? Hey, it's taking place now. You know what I'm saying? It's still, things is like a cycle. Actually, start at verse 9 real quick. Just start at verse 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9, and we'll read verse 10. Read what you got.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
Right, there's no new thing under the sun. Meaning, hey, this go back into a whole nother class, whole nother topic going into regeneration. But I had to bring this out because there's no new thing under the sun. Read on.
Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us.
Right, which was before us, right? Because these same things that we seeing that's taking place here on the earth, guess what? It's the same things that were taking place even back before the flood, even during the time of Noah, even during the time of, our forefathers like King David, King Solomon, so on and so forth. Hey, this always was a continuous thing, okay? So we go ahead on, and I'm gonna read the topic. The topic is youth violence and gangs, okay? Youth violence and gangs. Reason why I wanted to touch on this topic because there's a lot of youth violence taking place here all throughout the world, you know what I'm saying? Not just only in America, but, but a lot of us here, as a bulk of the Israelites, a lot of us is here in America. We were brought over here in slave ships. Why? For breaking God's commandments. You read about that in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15 through 68. Okay, those are the curses that's going to befall us if we break God's commandments. Okay, so let's touch on. Let's pull up the meaning of youth violence real quick. Pull that definition up. The definition of youth violence. I guess somebody. Go ahead and read that, officer.
Of youth violence is the intentional use of physical force or power to threaten or harm others by young people, ages 10 through 24.
Right, so let's let you know this right here. That youth violence is going into, just it says a physical force, meaning this thing here, You know what I'm saying? There's fighting, there's gun violence, there's shooting, jumping, people going crazy. You can't even go to the street corners, you know what I'm saying? Like to the corner store. You might want to go there, get you some gas, you want to get you something to eat, a snack. Guess what? And you be seeing a bunch of kids out there in the front, you be like, man, I don't know. You start second guessing, like, I don't want to go over there because they, it's crazy out there. You see crackheads, prostitutes, you name it, right? So go back to that definition again, please. And read it from the top.
Youth violence is the intentional use of physical force or power to threaten or harm others by young people, ages 10 through 24.
Read on.
It can include things like fighting, bullying, threats with weapons, and gang-related violence. A young person can be involved with youth violence as a victim, offender, or witness.
Right. So a lot of us, we've been through this. Some of us was in these gangs. Some of us was what you call gang affiliate. You might not been in the gang, but you hung around people that were gang bangers. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You were gang related. You know what I'm saying? You was involved in that. So that's what that's going into. You might have, that person might have got into it. Guess what? Y'all from the same neighborhood. Y'all gonna have each other back. You're gonna be involved in that evil and that violence. Okay. So that's a good meaning there of that youth violence. Give me that video number 2. Number 2 about youth violence, that video right there. Play that right there.
Youth violence occurs when young people intentionally use physical force or power to threaten or harm others. It is a public health problem that is preventable. Bullying, fighting, threats with weapons, and gang-related violence are all forms of youth violence. This problem affects thousands of young people, their families, and communities each year. It impacts all genders, races, ethnicities, households across income levels, and communities, including urban, suburban, rural, and tribal areas. Youth violence happens every day. Every 24 hours, about 15 youth are victims of homicide. Over 1,300 youth are treated in emergency departments for injuries from physical assault. It is important to identify the things that put people at risk for experiencing youth violence. Some risk factors include previously experiencing violence, harsh discipline at home, social rejection, poverty. The good news is youth violence can be prevented. Factors that protect young people from violence include having problem-solving skills, positive relationships with adults, and a commitment to school. There are 6 strategies that help keep youth safe and healthy. They include promote family environments that support healthy development, provide quality education early in life, strengthen youth skills, connect youth to caring adults and activities, create protective community environments, intervene to lessen harms and prevent future risk.
Okay, all praises, all praises. All right, let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8 real quick. We're going to go there. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and 8. And we're gonna show, like like the video was bringing out, a lot of, a lot of the children, they like become a product of their environment. What they around, what they see, what they go through at home, A lot of this stuff starts from home, And a lot of these children, for the most part, the majority of them come from single family households, That happens to a lot of us, a lot of us didn't have both mom and dad in the house, or some of us was raised with our grandparents, and some of us did have both parents. I had both parents, when I grew up, all praises for that. But a lot of people didn't have that opportunity, We've seen that with a lot of our friends, our family members, cousins, so on and so forth, and a lot of them end up going left, okay? So read what you got there real quick.
2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall oft be set out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
All right, so the Bible's letting us know, it said the menstruous woman, a woman that's like a woman on her cycle. When she's on her period, a menstrual cycle, that's what that's going into. So the Bible tells us that the woman is unclean during this time. So it's letting you know an unclean woman, she gonna bring forth monsters. Meaning unclean, meaning she's not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of God. So she's being brought up, raised like, like Cardi B, so on and so forth, Nicki Minaj, what's the other female rapper? Red,
Glorilla.
Glorilla, all those role models and stuff that you see for our sisters. Guess what? Those are bad examples. And guess what? When our sisters, when they watch that stuff and they interact that they want to be like that, guess what? They become destroyed. So when they have children, guess what? 9 times out of 10, their children will grow up like them. Okay? Read that again.
There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Right, so unclean women are going to bring forth monsters, and all those other things that we heard above. That's going into what we see today. You see animals all over the place, different things. Everybody's in distress. Why? Because this whole world is upside down. Because the rightful people is not in power. Okay. Right. So go to give me Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 4 real quick. Isaiah 1 and 4. Just to touch on some. Well, actually, Isaiah 3 and 12. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. So this touches on more on those children, you know what I'm saying? How those kids, who's bringing them up, who they raised by, who they home with all the time, right? Read what you got.
The book of Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Right, it said, as for my people, God said my people, which are the Israelites, that's the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, okay? Because guess what, we the ones that got all these gangs and all the youth violence, low self-esteem, so on and so forth. All this stuff is taking place in our communities, okay? We have all this stuff taking place, but read that from the top again.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
So children are oppressing the people in the communities. That's going into the gangs, okay? Your Bloods, your Crips, Gangster Disciple, Vice Lords, Latin Kings. There's other, all the Israelites are in the midst of most of those gangs, okay, today. I'm like Latin Kings, MS-13s, all that stuff. We all the same people. We're all people of color, what they call so-called black and brown people. But read on.
Oh, my people, and women rule over them.
Who rule over them?
And women rule over them.
So the mother they being raised by the mother, okay? The mom, 9 times out of 10, you ask a lot of the gangs, guess what? They don't have father figures. They don't have fathers, so the streets raise them. They don't have their father around to discipline and to show them right from wrong, how to become a man, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that. Why? Because they're raised by the mother, so the mother gonna raise them effeminate, meaning either they're gonna come off, either they're gonna be, homosexuals, they're gonna be soft, or they're gonna be real soft and be dangerous, violent. You know what I'm saying? They can't take a joke, or somebody play when they quick to pick up a gun and kill them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so like say that, who raised you? Hey, they're gonna say, my mama raised me. That's why I'm gonna say I put that on my mama. Why? Because they were raised by their mama, okay? So, it was more on that. Nah, go to Isaiah 1 and 4 real quick. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 4.
The book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 4. Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity.
Right, a people laden with iniquity, with sin. You know what I'm saying? That's what we all we know is sin. Sin is good, is pleasure. You know what I'm saying? That's how we were raised in the ghetto slums and the projects. You know what I'm saying? So we are sinful people, laden with sin. Read.
A seed of evildoers.
Evildoers, you know what I'm saying? They like to do bad. You know what I'm saying? Everything they see that's evil, that's what we want to do. If you look, you go to any city here in America, you go even overseas, you see a lot of our people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and us that's scattered throughout the diaspora, we in that low state. We the ones that's out there doing all the crime and murder, killing, and robbing, so on and so forth. All that stuff is taking place in our community, and we robbing and killing each other. That's crazy, read.
Children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord.
They forsaken the Lord, meaning they pushed off. They don't care who they are. Read.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
Right, so now the Most High is angry with us. He turned, he like, hey, I'm going to turn my back against you, read.
They are gone away backward.
They're gone away backwards, right? Because at one time, we knew who we were. We kept the commandments, but guess what? Now we done went back. Now we lost our identity. Go to verse 3 real quick, Isaiah 1 and 3.
Verse 3, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
So an ox is a dumb animal, right? A stubborn animal. He knows who his master is, okay? He know who feeds him and take care of him, read.
And the ass, his master's crib.
And a donkey, you know what I'm saying? The donkey, you could drop him off miles away. He know how to find his way back home. You know what I'm saying? He know where home is at. He know his homeland, read.
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, read.
Doth not know. My people doth not consider.
We don't consider. Why? Because we like to do evil. You know what I'm saying? That's what was introduced to us. All this is a product of us going through slavery, okay? When we went in slavery, we lost our identity. We got false nationalities, false religion, so on and so forth, wherever we were scattered at. Go to, give me Deuteronomy 28:64 real quick. Get that. I know I didn't have these other scriptures here, but some things are coming in mind, so I got to put it in. The Spirit leading me that way. So this for those who don't know. You got that for me, officer?
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the people shall scatter thee among all people, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
All right, saying the Lord, the Most High God, he's going to scatter us amongst all people, right? From where?
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
From one end of the earth, from the eastern hemisphere, all the way to the western hemisphere. Even also from the western hemisphere to the eastern hemisphere, okay? 'Cause a lot of people don't know. We talked to a lot of the northern kingdom. They don't even know they went in slavery. A lot of them, they like, we went in slavery? Yeah, you went in slavery. Why you think your last name the same last name as the conquistador? You know what I'm saying? You were the native people here, but guess what? They shipped you off to Spain. Some people got shipped to certain parts of Africa, different parts of Europe, so on and so forth. Hey, this is what happened to us for breaking God's commandments. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there, right, wherever that boat docked at, guess what? You're going to serve other gods. Christianity, right? Some of us was taken on foot, you know what I'm saying, during the sub-Saharan slave trade. Guess what? Some of us became Muslims. Some of us became Buddhists. We built the Great Wall of China. We were the slaves there during I want to say the Ming or the Ying dynasty. Hey, also, we went to India. We got into Hinduism. So our people are scattered abroad to all four corners of the earth. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So even wood and stone, that's, mainly going into the wood is the cross, the Christian cross, and the stone going into the Kaaba stone down there in Mecca, okay? That's what I was going to, the two big major religions that a lot of our people are in today is Christianity and Islam, okay? That's what that's touching on to. So let's go back to Isaiah, go to Isaiah 51 and verse 20 real quick. So we're going to touch on that, like how you go to the corner stores, you go to the, the hood, so on and so forth. Guess who you see there sitting outside? They selling drugs. They got 40 ounces. They drinking, or whatever, Fo Loco, whatever. I forgot that drink with the power thing in it. They tossing that thing up like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Kool-Aid. But that it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. We walk by and we drive by. We see our people. We be like, dang. Why they in that condition? So that's why we go out in those street corners and teach to uplift our people, to show them who they are. Right. You got that for me?
Yep. Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted.
Right. God said, thy sons have fainted, meaning if you faint, you're not in your right mind, meaning you passed out, you checked out, meaning they don't know who they are, where they're going, so on and so forth. That's why you got all these people, young people, smoking crack in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I was coming up, we knew not to mess with no crack. You know what I'm saying? We might have messed with marijuana, but we knew not to mess with no hard drugs like crack and cocaine and all that stuff. But guess what? Over a process of time, you're going to graduate to the next level to those different type of drugs. But nowadays, people are already introduced at a young age to crack, cocaine, to they got that new fentanyl and all that stuff. Hey, That thing that kill people just by taking a hit. They body go numb. They leaning over. I'm talking about flopped over. They can't even stand up straight.
Message.
You know what I'm saying? Police try to arrest them and they get that fentanyl on them. Guess what? They dropping dead. So read that from the top.
Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets.
That's the street corners right there. That's where you see all the people. They lie at the heads of the streets, the street corners, right? And get that, give me number 7 there, IT. Give me picture number 7 so we can see those pictures up. So like right there, you see them at the street corners there. That's what our people do. I believe they probably shooting the video there, but hey, why do you want to shoot a video on the street corner? What for? You know, that's them in the projects right there. They just, you know, they out there, we post up and just sit there and talk about lies, make up stuff. That's more pictures of us right there. Just sitting there, we throwing up gang signs, you know, so on and so forth. Any more pictures? Like, that's us right there. You see this. Everybody's familiar with this. No matter where you go. If you go to London, you will see this. You go to certain parts of Africa, we got brothers and sisters in Africa as well. They in the same condition. When I went to Iraq, I seen black people. I'm like, who are these people right here in Iraq? Guess what? They're going through the same trials and tribulations, okay? Is there another picture? That's it? Okay. Go back to Isaiah 51 and 20.
Mm-hmm. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net.
Right, as a wild bull in a net. So you take a bull, I know y'all seen like the rodeo shows and stuff, people that get on the bull and they trying to ride that thing and that bull toss them, you know, be bucking and everything. Hey, and then the bull trying to ram them with their horns. So a bull is strong, is powerful, you know what I'm saying? So our people are roaming around, you know what I'm saying, on the streets like a wild bull in a net. Yeah, show that picture there. Show that picture of a bull right there. You know, like the Chicago Bulls or whatever, you know. But our people, they run around like that, you know. You see in Spain or in Mexico, they have the what do you call it? I forgot the guy. He got the little cape thing.
The matador.
The matador, yeah. He out there, he got the bull chasing after him, trying to hit him and all that stuff. But it's showing you the rage of a bull. This is a wild, strong beast. But Most High is comparing us to that wild, strong beast. So go back to that script, read it again.
Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net.
As a wild bull in a net, read.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
Right, because the Most High put that on us. Why? For breaking his commandments, he put us in that low state. He put us there to humble us, to get us right. Is there more?
The rebuke of thy God.
The rebuke of thy God. So go to Deuteronomy 28 and 28 real quick. Go there right fast. I just, you know, I want to precept that just to show them what that fury is. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes we be out there on the street teaching, or like yourself, you may go somewhere, you downtown, or you could be anywhere, you know, and you may see our people on the street talking to themselves, walking around up and down the street, got their head dyed green, blue, you know, red, so on and so forth, and pants hanging down all the way to their knees, drawers showing, doo-doo stains, and they drawers, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. But read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. Mm-hmm. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
So that fury right there, right? That's amongst our people. The Lord going to smite you with madness, right? Read.
And blindness and astonishment of heart.
So blindness, you not knowing who you are. You roaming around. You don't know what country you come from, where your homeland is. You know what I'm saying? But the animals, they know who they are. They know what's going on with them, but you don't know who you are. You know, all the other nations know where they come from, but you haven't figured that out yet, like we read in Isaiah 1 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So is there more to it? Read it from the top.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
He's going to put the craziness, the bug out in this. Now you walking up and down, you on drugs, you high, you know what I'm saying, on PCP or whatever it is. You don't know what's going on. Read.
And blindness and astonishment of heart.
So that's the astonishment. You know what I'm saying? We walk by, we see our people, those that are we like, damn, what the hell is wrong with him? What's wrong with her? You know, why is she doing that? Why is she in that condition? Or why is he in that condition? We got to ask ourselves like, dang, man, that's a sad thing. And think about, you know, you see how we as adults, how we look at this. Think about your children, what they say at a young age when they see a grown man, he walking around with his pants pants down, or a sister walking around with her ass out. I gotta say it like that, because that's not a bad word. It's a word, but the sisters walk around with her butt cheeks out, or just don't care. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get offended. If you in that position, fix yourself. You know what I'm saying? Put on a dress, modest apparel, get yourself right, cover yourself up. And, don't show your body to any random man. Hey, that's for your husband. If you ain't married, when the time come forward to get married, hey, guess what? Your husband, he can unwrap you. That's his goods. That ain't for the whole world to see, okay? Sex don't sell. I'm just gonna tell you that. Sex is gonna get you AIDS and all kind of STDs. You got that picture? Oh, I see you putting a picture up. I hope, can you blow it up? This is like a modest apparel right here what the sister got. Sister got a long modest dress that flows. You know what I'm saying? She not showing all her bust, her breast ain't out, and the butt cheeks ain't hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Then like the man, he walking around sagging. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, when I was young, I used to sag. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. We thought that was the style. But we didn't have our drawers out at the time. The clothes were baggier, the shirts were longer. Now the shirts are even shorter and tighter. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a muscle shirt on. You walking around and your drawers hanging out. And then they, got designer drawers so the drawers could be showed. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But we can't be like that. We got to come out from those ways. We got to grow up, okay? Like the Most High say. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, give me that 1 Kings 2:2. Give me that right fast. I'm gonna show you what our forefather King David, what he told King Solomon, okay, when he was taking on to take over the kingdom. You got that for me?
Yes, sir. 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
Hear that? He told his son, King David was telling Solomon, he said, I'm about to get ready to die. I done did everything. Hey, guess what? The kingdom is going to you. He said, show yourself a man, okay? Meaning a godly man, a man that keep the commandments. Read on.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
We got to keep the charge. We got to keep these commandments. Read.
To walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments.
Keep his statutes and his commandments. Read.
And his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses.
As it is written in the law of Moses. Read.
That thou mayest prosper.
That's the only way you're going to prosper. The Christian church always talking about, the pastor talking about he prospering. Yeah, he taking your money. Guess what? You give him all your money. Guess what? He gonna take that money. He gonna buy him a Audi, Audi TT or a Mercedes Benz. He live in luxury. He's got a big old house. Matter of fact, look at Creflo Dollar or whatever. He got a name as a pimp. That's a pimp name, Creflo Dollar. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at that. He want a jet. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to pay all his money to get him a jet. What, to fly so he can tell lies? No. You know what I'm saying? But you want to prosper, keep God's commandments. There's more to read on that. I ain't looking at the script.
That thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So wherever you go, if you're keeping these commandments, you living righteously, doing right, according to thus said the Lord. The only way you're going to find that is in the Bible, okay? King James Version Bible. You're going to find that. I ain't talking about no new King James Version or NIV and all that. They got scriptures missing, okay? Right. Don't believe me? Go, just don't. Look it up. You will see the scriptures that's missing. I'm not going to go into that. But you want all the scriptures, go get you a regular King James Version Bible, okay? I don't know how you're going to revise something that's already written in English, you know what I'm saying, in true English. But now you're going to flip it and take words and take verses out. So that means you're being deceived, all right? So go back to where I left off. I don't went on a rant. go back to Isaiah 51:20 real quick. So I gained my thought.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net.
That's us in the street corners. Crazy, bugged out, gang banging, throwing up all these different gang signs and stuff. Read.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
They are full of the fury of the Lord, meaning they've been smitten with madness, bugged out, they mind crazy. All they got is evil and continually, because they're evildoers, you know what I'm saying? All they want to do is they think about violence, sex, murder, they, you know, the wantonness of sin. That's what they're into. So now I'm gonna show you some of these things that took place that happened with our forefathers. So go to 2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 23. 2 Kings, give me time to get it real quick. 2 Kings, my Bible like to stick, man. I gotta get a new Bible. You got that?
Yes, sir. 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him.
Right, so this going into our forefather. I want to say this is Elisha right here. This is Elisha, right, officer? If I'm correct.
Elisha,
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, this is Elisha right here. This is one of Elijah's one of his one of the prophets that he helped build up and raised up, okay, to become a great prophet. So this is Elisha, you know, he's doing the Lord's work. You know, he out there, he out there prophesying like we do. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You have evil kids. Read it again. Read it from the top.
And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him.
So there's little children out of the city, right? Meaning this just not, he say little children, this going to like teenagers. So like what we saw, the ages, I think 10 to 14 or something like that. But you probably had kids even younger. You know why? Because the little kids going to follow what the older kids do, what their older siblings are doing. They're going to follow them because that's their role model. You know what I'm saying? I want to do what Junior doing. I want to do what my big brother does or my big sister doing, okay? Read on.
There came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head.
Right, so now they teasing, they mocking him, making fun of him. Get out of here, bald head. You bald head, man. Get up out of here, bald head man or whatever. You know, that's what they were saying. So he let you know our forefather, you know, he was going forehead bald. You know what I'm saying? I'm going forehead bald myself. But hey, you know, a lot of us start to recede, that's why I keep my head low. But, you know what I'm saying? He was losing his hair, but they was making fun of him. They was teasing him and talking junk. You got to put things in today's terms. Guess what? They probably was throwing trash at him, doing all type of stuff, pulling at his mantle, so on and so forth. So they were talking junk to him. But read on.
And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord.
So he cursed them in the name of the Lord, right? Read.
And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tear 42 children of them.
Yeah, you got to imagine that. He said there came 2 she-bears, 2 female bears. They came on out there. Guess what? That female bear, a lot of people do not, if I'm correct, I think the female bear is more aggressive than the male bear, you know what I'm saying? Because she got little ones, she's a little bit smaller than the male bear. Of course, you don't want him to get on you, but that female bear is a little more aggressive when she got little bear cubs, okay? But guess what? The Most High put the spirit on those bears, you know what I'm saying? He put a spirit on them, but we're going to touch on that too. I just thought about that. But he put a spirit on them bears to go and kill 42 children. You got to think that's a lot of kids, 42 kids. Think about that's more than what we see on the street corners, you know what I'm saying? So those kids were like almost like a riot out there. Think about if you got about 40, 50 something people, that's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So those kids were out there, they were giving that prophet a hard time. But the Most High said, you can't mock that prophet. That prophet there to correct y'all, to get y'all straight. But y'all don't want to listen, so guess what? Hey, he had the she-bears come there and tear them all to pieces.
You're going to learn today.
Hey, give me, just for those who don't understand, let's go to 2nd Ezra 39, the one how the Most High sends those spirits. 2nd Ezra chapter 39.
Wait a minute, Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, Sirach. Sirach 39. I'm looking at my book. I was on Ecclesiasticus. All right. 39 and start at verse 28.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
So there be spirits that are created for vengeance, okay? This is what the Most High, he has spirits that's created. Meaning these are what we call evil angels, okay? Read.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
That's what appeased the Most High, okay? Because why? They're going to do what he say. We'll prove that. But read on.
Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
So we see this on the earth, right? You see all type of fires, you know, people houses getting burnt down. Think about them fires that were taking place in California. You think about all the hailstorms, the famine, you know, people starving, they don't got food. Then you got death, you know, people dying. All this stuff, these are evil spirits, okay? But the main thing what I want, read verse 30.
Teeth of wild beasts.
Hear that? Teeth of wild beasts. Those 2 she-bears that came and killed 42 kids. Think about it. That could have been your kids. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, think about what take place when we be in the hood, in the projects. You know, you got bullets flying. Guess what? Then innocent, we said the innocent kid got killed, or kids that was out there during the time of it'd be a fight. Everybody rushing out there to see who fighting, who throwing down. But guess what? When the bullets start flying, guess what? Now you see everybody get shot and getting hit. You know what I'm saying? So this is what is taking place right here. There's an evil spirit out there, a death angel. Okay, but read on. Read it from the top.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword. Punishing the wicked to destruction.
Said, punishing the wicked to destruction. All of y'all, we seen people get attacked by bears, mooses, oxes, and you know, people. You know, we see all these different type of things. These animals just going wild. People got scorpions as pets, but you hear about people getting stung by a scorpion, serpents, snakes, poisonous snakes biting you. The sword is going into a weapon. Today's modern day sword is the gun, okay?
Right.
Or machine gun. Punishing the wicked to destruction. Those sinners, they getting put to death. But read on.
They shall rejoice in his commandment.
So guess what? Those angels, those evil angels, they're going to rejoice in the Lord's commandment. The Most High command them to make that happen. Read.
And they shall be ready upon earth.
Right. They're going to be ready, right? Because the Most High give them an order. He said, hey, go down there and do this. Guess what? This is going into what the Christian church going to try to tell you there's an angel named Satan. Run around and do what he want to do. He ain't doing what he want to do. He doing what thus said the Lord, okay? There ain't no angel, ain't nobody running around here doing what they want to do except for us. We're the only ones running around here evil doing what we want to do. But the angels, they do what thus said the Lord, okay? Whether they good or evil. Read.
When need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
Hear that? They're not going to break the commandment that was given to them. The order that was given to them, hey, go out there and do this. Make this happen. Take this plate. Take him off. He's been on here a long time. She's been on earth a long time, and she not getting right, or he's not getting right. The Most High said, take him out, okay? Not going into somebody, you know, that's keeping the commandments and it's their time to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just their time to go. The Most High is taking them away from the evil to come, okay? All right, they being sealed. But that's just the difference right there for those who don't know, okay? So go back to where was that? Go back to 2 Kings 2:23 real quick. Go back there right there.
2 Kings chapter 2 verse 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head.
Go up there, bald head, man. You bald head, man. Get up out of here. Read.
And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord.
So he cursed them in the name of the Lord. Why? Because they was mistreating the prophet. The prophet was there doing right. Hey, matter of fact, those are children and they're being disrespectful to their elders. Think about it, that's a sin. So those kids had no home training. So it's letting you know the same, like how we got gangs and evil stuff going on today. This was taking place back then during the time of Elisha. Okay? Read.
And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them.
Right, that's a lot of kids. 42 kids, that's what that's going into. 42 children were killed and slain by 2 she-bears. They tried to get away, they tried to run. You cannot run no bear. A bear, he might be big and fat, but guess what? He can run fast. He can outrun us, okay?
Damn.
So go to 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 11 real quick. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and 11. So now we'll read about our forefather Eli, right? So Eli, he was the high priest during the time of Samuel. This is when Samuel was being brought up, as a prophet and a priest, and he was a Nazareth as well, okay? So Eli was the one that was building him up. But Eli had some evil sons. Two of his sons were wicked. So you got that for me?
Yes, sir. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 11. And Elkanah went to Ramah to his house, and the child did minister unto the Lord before Eli the priest. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial.
Right. So the sons of Eli, they were the sons of the devil. I mean, they was wicked. These were evil sons, okay? Read.
They knew not the Lord.
Meaning they didn't keep the commandments, okay? When you know the Lord, meaning you know what is thus said the Lord, what is said for you to do, righteousness. Guess what? But these men was not, they didn't know the Lord. They didn't keep the commandments. Read.
And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servants came while the flesh was in seething, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand, and he struck it into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. All that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took for himself.
So this is how the priest, when the sacrifices was brought up, they had a flesh hook. The flesh hook, whatever it took up, what fell in the pan, that was their portion to eat, okay? But read on.
So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither.
Read.
Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw.
Read.
And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth, then he would answer him, nay, but thou shalt give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force.
Hear that? So his sons, they were being evil. They would say, I'm gonna take this thing by force.
The hell is this?
You mean they was evil, they was wicked, but read on.
Wherefore, the sin of the young men was very great before the Lord.
Hear that? The sin that they was doing. This was wickedness what they was doing. They were getting over on the people. Okay? The same thing what the pastor doing today. He taking all your money. Guess what? You can't get over the hump. You still paying bills, working a 9-to-5 job. All this money you giving, you can't buy your way into heaven. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? You can't buy your way into the kingdom of heaven. But he's robbing you blind. He's getting robbed blind like I don't know what. Read verse 17 again.
Wherefore, the sin of the young men was very great before the Lord. For men abhorred the offering of the Lord.
Right. Jump down to verse 22.
Verse 22. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel.
So Eli, he was an older man at this time. You know what I'm saying? His sons were grown, but his sons, they were wicked. He heard all the stuff that they're doing. Read.
And how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Hear that? He said they was out there sleeping with those women. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bribing those women. The same thing we would read about if y'all read the book of the history of Susanna, what they tried to do to her. 2 wicked priests, they try to do the same thing. So you got these 2 wicked priests here doing, they did, this is what they did was getting over on the women, okay? And some of these women were married. So it was adultery, fornication, all that taking place. Read.
And he said unto them, why do ye such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people.
Right. So I hear all the evil things that you're doing. Everybody coming to me complaining. But guess what? Eli wasn't doing nothing about it. He's supposed to do something. There's laws that's supposed to take place, but he was being partial about his sons. He was showing favoritism. Read.
Nay, my sons, for it is no good report that I hear. Ye make the Lord's people to transgress.
Hear that? You make the Lord's people to transgress. So they sleeping with the women. Now the women going off. You know what I'm saying? All type of wicked stuff going on. Then they was getting bribed and taking money, so on and so forth. But we're gonna jump to the. We're gonna go over here real quick. Go to. let me see here real quick where I left off at. So give me peer pressure real quick. So we got to touch on how, what's causing our children to get like this. You know what I'm saying? How they becoming evil, how they becoming wicked. There's different things that's taking place amongst our people. They got their role models that we see out here, the Nicki Minaj's, I keep with it, Sexy Red, all
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion, all this. I don't know all them new people, you know what I'm saying? I don't know all these new names. I hear it, but we see what they got going on, you know what I'm saying? They out there, dressing provocative, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the men out there. They talk about selling drugs. It was called gangster rap. Now it done went to trap music. I don't know what it's called now. Drill music, you know what I'm saying? Now it done went from all these different type of evil names, but it's pretty much the same stuff, okay? So we got to figure out like, hey, now our kids that listen to this stuff, guess what? Now they're becoming wicked, right? But go read that definition of peer pressure, because this is what taking place. Our kids go to school. They want to be like, they want to be followers instead of leaders. Read what you got.
Peer pressure, a feeling that one must do the same things as other people of one's age and social group in order to be liked or respected by them.
So just like what that's saying, it says a feeling, right? So guess what? A lot of people nobody wants to be feel left out or unwanted. You want to feel a belonging to something, but a lot of times our people get pulled into feeling belonging to that to be equal or the same as somebody that's evil and wicked. So that's why we got to come in there, us as parents, we got to guide our kids. We got to teach them, right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? So go to, give me 1 Corinthians 15:33. So this is one way right here that was destroying a lot of our kids. You know what I'm saying? It destroyed us as we came up in our time. You know what I'm saying? It destroyed our parents. Because remember the music they listened to was all about love and this and that. But guess what? Their music was about adultery, fornication, all that. You know what I'm saying? You see that Shirley Murdoch song, As We Laid? That was her. She's married and the guy was married. You know what I'm saying? Or Secret Lovers. Think about all that stuff. We were listening to that as kids. We singing along and don't even know what it's talking about. But guess what? You sing that stuff, eventually you're going to end up acting that. Okay? So read what you got.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So it says, be not deceived. Don't be lied to. Don't be fooled. It says evil communications corrupt good manners. It corrupt your ways. So the music you're listening to, the stuff you watching on TV, that's why you got to be mindful of what your kids watch on TV, okay? Because think about it, man. Like, shoot, when we were coming up, you didn't see a man kissing a man or a woman kissing a woman. You didn't see that on TV like that. Now you see it on commercials. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? That right there is corrupting our kids and is making them numb to what they see. You know what I'm saying? We see that as not being normal, but guess what? They're coming up and they're going to see that as normal. Now that generation going to be jacked up. So just imagine what the next following generation come up. What they say, that's Generation X, Z and all this. Now, what is it going to be? Z 2.0 or it's going to graduate to the next level of evil concupiscence. So go to, let me see here real quick. Give me video number 8. Video number 8 real quick. So I know y'all seen this. This is about what Cardi B right here. She was out there listening to, she did the WAP thing or whatever, the WAP thing with that other female rapper. I can't think of her name.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. They had this thing called the WAP or whatever. But guess what? She didn't want her daughter listening to what she was rapping about. But play what you got real quick.
This was a comment that was left on my latest video, which is doing pretty well, I might add. And it says, Cardi B does not control what other people let their kids do. So if your kids are twerking to Cardi and singing about their WAPs, paraphrasing, that's on you. And I agree 100%, but two things can be true at the same time. Because as for me in my house, I believe that if I portray myself to the public as something or make a living selling something that I could not proudly sign my name to in front of my own children, then I'm a hypocrite and a poor role model. So yes, our children are our own responsibility, and so is choosing the people and the characters that we elevate into positions of influence over our youth and society at large. Ultimately, kids will be heavily influenced by whatever is cool at the time, for better or for worse, and whatever can gain them validation and acceptance. And may not want to hear it, but if mom and dad are unsuccessful and undesirable and unavailable, don't be surprised when kids end up lost or start looking for someone else to follow.
Right. So, I mean, the brother, he got a point. He got a point there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you have to be in control of what your kids is watching. You got to be mindful of what they looking at, you know, and then you got to talk to them. You got to talk to your children, you know, or your niece, nephew, so on and so forth, you know, and show them, hey, this is not the rightful way. This is not how we supposed to be. You know, we got to catch them at an early age because you know, Esau he control all the sound waves, the music, the TV and all that stuff, everything, all that, the news station, all that stuff is under him. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing that stuff out. He letting that stuff take place. Like, see that right there? Like the music industry, you got you know, Esau right there. He's got that thing dangling in front of the brother there. The brother signing a contract. He want that money. He want the diamond, the jewels, you know what I'm saying? The cars, the shoes, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? And using him as a puppet. You know what I'm saying? He got the strings on his back. He telling him what to do, what to say, so on and so forth, right? So go to video number 9 real quick. Video number 9. Watch this. This before you play it. So this video here, this taking place here in Atlanta, right? They had like a youth violence seminar thing, you know, stuff that took place. So there was a lot of killings and murder taking place in Atlanta, Georgia, in Fulton County, right? So I know they had the rapper Young Dro. He was there, you know what I'm saying? He was there, and I think he was like the main rapper there. But there was a lot of stuff that took place. But this video gonna go into him, you know what I'm saying, on what he, you know what I'm saying, some of the stuff that he said in there, it's gonna be very similar to actually the same as what Cardi B said. Go ahead and hit play.
South Fulton families, celebrities, and city leaders joining forces tonight, all asking anybody to stand up for their community with too many young lives already lost to violence. John Sherrick is live for us tonight in South Fulton, where a town hall meeting has just wrapped up. John?
The subject of rap lyrics was one of those that came up tonight, and Young Dro told parents tonight that he doesn't let his son listen to his lyrics. The issue is not the lyrics, he said.
Hit pause real quick. So you hear that right there. So you got the rapper Young Dro. He said he don't let his kids listen to his lyrics.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You got to see this. What you got? Cardi B. You got him. You got other rappers and entertainers. I'm gonna say it like that, male and female, that's out there. They portray this lifestyle and got our people, got our kids. You know what I'm saying? Us blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans today, we portraying to be like something that they not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them is lying out there. They false, but they playing that role just to make that money, right? So go ahead and hit play. I keep saying read, but hit play.
Just be parents. Be proactive. Take charge. Tonight's town hall meeting on youth violence was heartbreaking, raw, eye-opening.
I only had one son, and he was murdered.
They asked families who have lost sons, brothers to violent crimes, to speak out now about their last memories of them, their ever-present pain. And quickly, 2 lines stretched to the back of the auditorium. This mother whose son was murdered, grateful everyone here is seeking answers.
I've been praying to God that somebody stand up for our community.
They asked young people.
Hit pause right fast. Give me that scripture. You know, I think it was Psalms 96 and 14 or Psalms 94 and 16. Yep. So the sister said, I've been praying to God for somebody to stand up. You know what I'm saying? To stand up for our community. So guess what? We have youth violence seminars. We do that. You know what I'm saying? We have that resolution. We trying to get in there to our communities to help get our brothers and sisters out of this situation. But read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers.
Hear that? God said, who gonna rise up for me against the evildoers? The same thing what the sister was saying. She like, who gonna rise up? Who gonna step up? Who gonna step up to the plate to help save our children, to save our younger generation, which is our future? Read.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Who gonna stand up against the workers of iniquity, of sin? Is it more?
That's it.
Read it again one more time.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
IUIC will. I tell you that. We gonna do it. We doing it now. So go back to the video. Just rewind it back a little bit and go to. I might have you pause it a few times because some people say a few things. I just want to touch on a few scriptures on that. But go ahead.
Of them their ever-present pain. And quickly, 2 lines stretched to the back of the auditorium. This mother whose son was murdered, grateful everyone here is seeking answers.
I've been praying to God that somebody stand up for our community.
They asked young people, why do you want to carry guns?
It just even the playing field. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else got a gun out there, you want to have a gun too if it's a problem, because if you don't, you are already gonna lose.
Then
hold it, hit pause real quick. So that brother was saying, hey, you know what? Hey, I gotta have me a gun too. You know what I'm saying? Why? To protect myself. But you know what I'm saying? But you can't have evil intentions, you know what I'm saying, of having a gun. You know, don't put yourself in that situation. But with that, go to Romans 12 and 17 real quick. Romans 12 and 17. I think that's what I want. Or hold on one second. I know I might got a scripture lined up. I might have put it somewhere here real quick. Bear with me real quick. All right. No, go to, I know what I want. Go to, I think it's Luke chapter 22 and verse 36. Let's go there real quick first. Luke 22 and 36 and verse 37.
The book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 36. Then said he unto them, but now, he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his script. And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one.
Right, he said, let him sell his garment and buy one. So there's nothing wrong with you having a weapon, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As long as you take, control of that thing, you put it up, you're supposed to have a weapon to hunt, you know what I'm saying, to protect yourself, you know what I'm saying, self-defense, but not to, use it to harm anybody just for fun. Okay, read.
For I say unto you that this that is written must yet be accomplished in me. And he was reckoned among the transgressors, for the things concerning me have an end.
Right. Is that verse 37?
That was verse 37.
All right. Go to Matthew 26 and 52. Matthew 26 and 52. So we'll see what Christ told Peter. You know what I'm saying? He told Peter something, because when they was when they was out praying, this is when the Romans and them and the high priest and them came and got him. They came and got Christ. And when Peter had a sword, and he cut off the ear of one of the Pharisees. Okay, read.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 52. Then said Jesus unto him, put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Right, so that's like what we hear. You live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword, or you live by the gun, you die by the gun. It wasn't the time for that, you know what I'm saying? So he was telling Peter, hey, put the sword down, you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing wrong with him having it, you know what I'm saying, for protection, but prophecy had to take place, you know what I'm saying, in order for Christ had to be taken to be crucified. Certain things had to manifest and take place. So, but he told him, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. Okay, so put your weapon down. But there's nothing wrong with having a weapon for protection. Okay, so let me see here real quick. Go back to the video. Just hit play right there where you at.
Lose.
Then a 15-year-old boy said when there's a conflict, the person mad at you probably doesn't care about talking it out peacefully.
Some people, they ain't got nothing to live for, so they just ready to end it all out right there.
This town hall on youth violence.
Hold that real quick. So go to Romans chapter 12 and 17. So the young man, he's right. You have kids nowadays, people nowadays, they don't want to hear that. They want to get right into it. They want to fight, but sometimes you in control of the matter, you can control the situation. You know, so if you use wisdom. So get that 12 and Romans 12 and 17.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil.
Right. We ain't to recompense nobody evil for evil. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
So we got to provide things honest in the sight of all men, right? Read.
If it be possible.
So that's the key word, if. The two-letter word, if it be possible. Read.
As much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
So it tells us live peaceably with all men, okay? We got to live peaceably amongst each other. You know, of course, somebody got to be the bigger man. You know what? I ain't, you know what? He outraged. You know, just take the low ball. You know, pretty much like turn the cheek. You know, not saying him hit you and you don't defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's going to, you know what? You could take the low ball and I turn the cheek of that and wink at ignorance. But read on. Verse 19.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
It said avenge. It said tell you don't be a avenger. Don't try to seek for revenge. To try to go tit for tat. Okay, they shot at my people. We're gonna go ride on them and shoot them back. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can't be like that, because then now you got the murder charge. Now you locked up, or somebody coming back to retaliate against you and your family. But read.
But rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
So that's what the Most High said. Vengeance is mine. Remember, he's the person of vengeance. He'll pay back those that did evil towards you. Okay, read.
Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him.
So we're supposed to take care of our people. You feed your people, take care of them. Read.
If he thirst, give him drink.
If he thirst, give him something to drink.
For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
Right. You're going to, hold on one second, clear my throat. All right, so it lets you know you're going to heap coals of fire on them. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they're going to feel guilty. They're going to have that guilty conscience, like, damn, this brother doing nice to me, the sister doing nice to me, and I've been doing evil to them, doing wrong all this time. You're going to feel some kind of way. It's going to mess with your mind. Now you got to repay that person back, but read on.
Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
Right, you can overcome evil with good by doing good, okay? So you ain't got to be around all that foolishness. The people, they bugging out. Hey, stop dealing with them, man. Why you around them? Don't be around them, you know, and get yourself put in that situation. Right. So go back to the video, rewind it just a little bit, and we're going to play it.
They're gonna lose.
Then a 15-year-old boy said when there's a conflict, the person mad at you probably doesn't care about talking it out peacefully.
Some people, they ain't got nothing to live for, so they just ready to end it all out right there.
This town hall on youth violence, organized by City of South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamau and Atlanta-born rapper Young Dro. Young Dro challenged the young people here.
If you show me the people you hang around, I can tell you exactly where you're headed. You hang around doctors and lawyers, you'll be one soon. You hang around a drug dealer, you'll be one soon.
He challenged parents to be hands-on parents.
I have children, and I govern what they listen to. You feel me? Like, my son don't hear none of my music. This is your home. Are you going to allow lyrics to raise your children?
Here, parents supporting other parents to be better for their children.
Right, so just, I mean, you know, you can stop it from there. So just to show you, you know what I'm saying, you got, we show you from a female point of view of a female rapper. We show you a male's point of view from a male rapper, right? Two entertainers. They both said, hey, I don't have my kids listening to my music. But why would you portray that type of music to other kids? You know what I'm saying? He from Atlanta. You know he the cause and effect, him and others, you know what I'm saying, or why those kids have youth violence, why they in, you know, all these situations taking place in their community. He play a part to that because he did that trap music during that time. I remember at that time I was listening to that type of music before the truth. But hey, that's how he was portraying. But now guess what? You see shows and videos of those rappers, they live in luxuries, their lifestyle is good, then their kids, they send their kids off to college, so on and so forth. But guess what? Your kids end up dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? Or those who are able to escape, not make that mistake. Guess what? You know all praises, they made it out. But 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 it's hard when you in the product of your environment that you got that type of music. So like my thing is I want to know what is he gonna do and what is she gonna do to change the community or to change themselves. You know what I'm saying? Treat those kids that you rapping to, treat them like you're gonna treat your kids. You don't want your kids to listen to that garbage, so why would you let somebody else kids listen to your garbage? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that don't make sense. That's where the parents, you know what I'm saying? He right, he and she right to an extent. Hey, I don't let my kids listen to that. You need to govern your children on what they listening to, and that is a true statement. And he did touch on one thing I want to touch on. He said if your kids hang around bad people, guess what? Give me that. I want Sirach 13 and 15. He said if your kids are hanging around evil people, guess what? That's that peer pressure. Guess what? They're gonna become drug dealers. They're gonna become killers, murders, gangbangers. So on and so forth. But if they hang around people that's doing good, they're going to become successful. All right? So get that for me real quick.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 16. Verse 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Right. So every beast loveth his like. So different animals, you got a herd of cows, you got a flock of birds, so on and so forth. And just like every man, he going to love his neighbor. He going to be amongst his people, right, Reed?
All flesh consorteth according to kind.
So all flesh, right? That's here on the earth. So you got your dolphins, you got certain fishes. They in a pool with each other or whatever. Those fishes, they swim together. You got oracles there together. Sharks swim around each other. So you got the cows they together in the pasture field. The sheep, even if somebody had those type of animals, they kind of to themselves amongst their own species. Okay, Read.
And a man will cleave to his like.
A man gonna cleave to his like. So like birds of a feather flock together. So if that sister, she said, I ain't no whore. But the sisters that you hang out with, they are sleeping around. Guess what? That spirit gonna rub off on you. You're gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Your partner's out there selling drugs. You out there, you ain't no drug dealer. But guess what? Either you're gonna become a user or an abuser of the drugs, or you're gonna be selling drugs too. All right. So read on.
What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? Mm-hmm. So the sinner with the godly.
So it's letting you know, so what fellowship have a wolf with a lamb? A wolf, he gonna eat that lamb, or a lamb with a lion. The lion gonna slaughter that. That's dinner. That's dinner for him. So it's letting you know, so the sinner with the godly. You know what I'm saying? That sinner, he gonna change that person. He gonna mess up the godly man if he godly man around him all the time. Read.
What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
Because a hyena ain't a dog, okay? Yeah, he may yap. He may look like he a dog because he walk on all fours, but he's not a dog, okay? He's a different species. Read.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
So the rich and the poor, they never hang out together, okay? Read.
As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
So the rich eat up the poor. You know what I'm saying? So like them in that music industry, guess what? They're gonna continue to make that music. Why? Because they under contract. They want to be rich. They want to make that money. They want that lavish lifestyle. So they don't care. They're like, shoot, hey, long as my kids are good, as long as they got food in their mouth, or they not locked up or doing what I say in the lyrics. Guess what? I don't care about those kids. As long as they buy my stuff, guess what? As long as the money going in my pocket, the hell with those kids. That's their mindset, okay?
Damn. Wow.
So go to, let me see here real quick. What I want here real quick. I'll test on that. Go to, give me Proverbs Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 1 and 2. Get that real quick. Proverbs chapter 24 and verses 1 and 2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 1. Be not thou envious against evil men.
It said, be not thou envious against evil men. Envy meaning you want to be like someone. You want what they have. I want to be just like him. That's your role model. That's who you picking, a role model. We used to always say this, that's a role model not to follow. When I was coming up, don't be like that person there. Why? Because they're not right. So, but tell us, don't be envious of an evil man. Meaning you're not supposed to be evil, okay? Not a sinner. Read.
Neither desire to be with them.
neither desire to be around them. Okay, that go for us men and women. Okay, so like the women, she want the worst the worst type of Negro, you know what I'm saying, black or Hispanic man or Native Indian man. They want the worst one. You know what I'm saying? I want him because he the bad boy or whatever. But guess what? He knock her up, and he get locked up in prison. Guess what? What's she left with? Nothing. Now you a single mom, or he get killed. You a single mom. Now you adding on to the statistics of a single family household, a broken nucleus family. A nucleus family is a family that's a husband and a wife. Okay, so give me Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2. Well, actually, did you read verse 2 and Proverbs 24?
No, I didn't read.
Read verse 2.
For their heart studieth destruction.
For the heart, your mind is your heart. Okay. So your heart is study of destruction. We looking all the evil ways, what to do to be just like this person. Read.
And their lips talk of mischief.
The lips talks of mischief, meaning saying what they can do, how I'm going to get rich. Because think about it, you out there, you know, when you at the barbershop or you at the beauty salon, you hear all the conversation that people are having. It's all wicked. Ain't nothing good about it. They talking about gossip. We ain't supposed to be gossiping or murmuring and, you know, backbite or evil talking about people. We ain't supposed to do that. God said not to be like that. All right. So now go to Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2 real quick. Exodus chapter 23 and 2. You know, 'cause a lot of our kids, you know what I'm saying, they want to follow. They like that peer pressure, and that thing catches them. It's a trap. You got what? Read that.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Here, like, don't follow a multitude to do evil. Thou meaning is a commandment, okay? Meaning we shall not follow a multitude to do evil. What is a gang? A multitude of people. Think about the children and what we read about in 2 Kings, why they was go up their bald head. It was 42 of them. That's a multitude of children that was killed by the 2 she-bears, okay? Read it again.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right. So that's going into judgment right there, having unrighteous judgment. Okay, so, but the main thing I wanted was don't follow a multitude to do evil or wicked, okay? Why? Because guess what? You may not done, let's say you was riding with somebody, they got drugs on them or something happened, and they might have picked you up or something. Guess what? You become, what they call it to the crime? Accessory. You become accessory to the crime, and you got to do time because you was there. You know what I'm saying? Then they may put the blame all on you. You know what I'm saying? It was him. What you going to do? You know what I'm saying? They dope dealers, they drug dealers, and they got, you know, people in high places that you know, do something to you. So you're not going to say nothing, but they'll snitch on you to get the time off. And there's a lot of snitches and a lot of people that's evil, and they will tell on other people who's doing the same thing or who's doing something greater for them to get a lesser time, okay? They do that. That's evil. All right, so go to, let me see here. Give me Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 33, because this is what happened. You know, we start trimming our ways when we get amongst those type of people, because now you want to feel equal with them, because a lot of people come from home, your mom and dad, you know, they teach you things, but guess what? You start, you know, changing to be equal to them. You start acting abnormal. But read what you got.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Hear that? Why trimmest your ways to seek love? You know, be a leader, okay? Don't be a follower, be a leader. Read.
Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Right, because now the way you moving, guess what? You know, they see that you was a certain type of way. You was a good person. Now they see how wicked that now you doing the same thing they doing. So you're not being a righteous example to them. Okay, give me Proverbs 12 and 26. You know what I'm saying? To showing you the righteous man. You know, you're a lot better than that neighbor that don't know the way. Okay, this is, you know, like a lot of our brothers and sisters in the truth. We have children in the truth. A lot of them are falling out too. Some of them falling out. Some of them stand strong. You know why? They're getting seduced by the wicked. But read what you got.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
Right. It said the righteous man or the righteous woman is more excellent than his or her neighbor. Okay? So, meaning the person that you around that's not keeping the commandments, the righteous is you keeping the commandments according to Deuteronomy 6:25. Okay? So the righteous, you more excellent, because you're keeping all the commandments. But the one who's not excellent, that's the unrighteous. Guess what? You're supposed to be the example to them, but read on.
But the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Hear that? The way of the wicked. That's that one that's not keeping the commandment, the sinner. Guess what? It's going to rub off on that person if he's around them all the time. Give me, go to, what I want, Sirach 27 and I think 12.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
The book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
Hear that? If you be amongst the indiscreet are those that's not keeping the commandments, okay? He says, because we have to be around and we got to go to work, right? We have to go to school, college or whatever, elementary, middle school, so on and so forth, high school. Hey, we always got to be around them because we live next door to the wicked. So read it again.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
Watch your time with them. Of course, you got to be that righteous example amongst them, but don't be around them all the time. Read.
But be continually among men of understanding.
Hear that? Be amongst your righteous men, righteous brothers and sisters that's keeping the commandments. Okay? Read on.
The discourse of fools is irksome.
So the discourse, the conversation that you hear is irksome. You like the stuff they talk about. You know what I'm saying? They talking about love and hip hop and House of Atlanta, Housewives. All you see is drama. Ain't nothing but drama, fighting. They fighting over this man or what this one said. That's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like we see what's the name? What's the Northern Kingdom sister that like it like Stevie J? What's the name? Hernandez, something Hernandez. Jocelyn Hernandez. Like you always hear about her fighting this one and that one. I think one time she got locked up for hitting the police or something like that. You always see her in mischief. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But that's entertainment to our people today. They love watching that. Okay? But that's an irksome to somebody that's righteous. Read.
Right. And their sport is in the wantonness of sin.
So what they want to do, what they enjoy doing is sin. You know what I'm saying? I want to get high, I'm about to smoke this blunt. We're going to drink, we're going to throw a party over here on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? It'd be the Sabbath day, but they don't know what day the Sabbath. They think the Sabbath on Sunday. The Sabbath is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. But people out there doing God knows what and breaking the law of the Sabbath. Back in the days, you would have got put to death for breaking the Sabbath. Okay? That's how heavy that thing is. Okay? So let's go back here real quick. Go to, we're going to jump to the next thing here. Give me that definition of gangs real quick. Gang definition, gangs. It's number three. Number 3. All righty. All right, read that for me real quick.
Gangs says group such as a group of persons working to unlawful or antisocial ends.
Right. So a group of persons working to unlawful or antisocial ends, meaning they want to do evil, they're bad, you know what I'm saying? That's what they got that reputation, right? And it says that band of antisocial adolescents, meaning you got young kids, usually it's young kids, but you have adults that's also in the gangs. Those are the ones be the leaders of the gangs, but they have the young kids out there putting in what they call putting in work. They doing all the dirt. Why? Because they did it already. They say, it's your turn to do the dirt, do all the mischief, and they get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? So give me number 4 real quick. Picture number 4. All right, so we know of these 2 gangs right here. These are 2 popular gangs that started it in Los Angeles, California. So you got your Bloods and you got your Crips, right? The Bloods wear the red bandana, the Crips got the blue bandana. You know what I'm saying? We hear about these gangs, and a lot of our people, a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are in these gangs, and these 2 gangs are also spread out throughout the whole earth. Even the other nations are falling into those gangs. You see that those same gangs, if like us that was in the military that traveled overseas, those same gangs are overseas today. But go to picture number 5. So now you got the Chicago gangs, you got Folk Nation, and you got People Nation, okay? So these are two big gangs prominent in Chicago, but it's also spread out throughout the whole earth as well, throughout the United States. So you see these gangs right here. You know, some of y'all parents, you got children in these gangs. So you got the folks, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them associate with the blue color, and they also associate with the right side, you know what I'm saying? Or that 6-point star, you know what I'm saying? That 6-point pentagram, that's all that stuff is evil. You know, that go all the way back, you know, to Moloch and Rephaim and stuff. Same thing with the People Nation. You got that gang. They always associated with red. They got the 5-point star or the number 5. You know what I'm saying? They go to the left side. You know what I'm saying? All these gangs, you know what I'm saying? They all coexist together. You know what I'm saying? They fighting and have gang violence, so on and so forth. But if you see these symbols that I'm showing you right there, you'll see some of this stuff is tattooed on people. Some of the stuff is graffitied on the walls of your neighborhood and communities, right? So you got to look at that thing. You know what I'm saying? Go back to that star, to that Folk and People Nation real quick. Go back to that. So you see that, just to let you know, so those are the same stars you'll see in witchcraft, okay? Right. This is evil. That's why you got all the murders and killing taking place in like Chicago, you got LA, you got DC, all the major cities, even small little towns that's taking place. Give me that, Acts 7 and 42. Give me that, Acts chapter 7 and verse 42 and verse 43. And you know what I'm saying? And like you said, that 6-point star, that's not no Star of David. You know what I'm saying? That comes from the so-called white man, which is Amalek, who claiming to be you that stole your identity, okay? He got that 6-point star on his flag, but it's all that going to witchcraft, okay? Read what you got.
The book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 42. Then God turned and gave them up to worship the host of heaven.
Right, so God said, you know what, you don't want to worship me, you worship the sun, moon, and the stars and all that stuff. You can worship all that, you know, so I'm turning my back from you. Read.
As it is written in the book of the prophets.
Meaning Amos. You will find the same thing written in the book of Amos. Read.
O ye house of Israel, have ye offered to me slain beasts and sacrifices by the space of 40 years in the wilderness? Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch.
So you took up the tabernacle of Moloch, right? So hold that right there. Go to picture number 23. Picture number 23 so they can see what Moloch is. See this right here? Moloch was a cow or bull-faced ancient god of back in, I think of, I don't know if it's the Ammonites or I know somewhere in the Canaanites, somewhere in the land of Canaan before we had got there. So this is their god, what they worship, and they went into children's sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So like pretty much abortion today, right? But also our children in these gangs, we let our kids be in these gangs, guess what? We sacrificing our kids to that same God right there, that same deity. You know what I'm saying? It's a fake God, you know what I'm saying, at that. Well, you still sacrifice them. You let your children become a blood, crip, gangster, disciple, vice lord, all that type of stuff. Latin Kings, what do you call that other gang? MS-13s, right. All that, you know what I'm saying? Net ties, all that. Hey, all that stuff is evil, man, you know what I'm saying? So read that scripture again.
Ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch.
The tabernacle of Moloch. Moloch was that cow-faced god. Read.
And the star of your god Rephaim.
Said the star of your god Rephaim. You know, whether it be that 5 or that 6-point star, hey, we all know it's evil, okay? It's a pentagram, okay? The 6-point star is greater than that 5-point star, okay? That's why Amalek uses that, you know what I'm saying? He uses it in that book, what's it called, the Kabbalah? What's it called?
Yeah, the Kabbalah.
Yeah, the Kabbalah. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing. You'll never read about no Kabbalah in the Bible. You never read about God giving us a star, saying that's a star of David or the shield of David or the shield of Solomon. That's not scriptural. If somebody say that, tell them to show you in the Bible where. Where is that? Where he give Solomon a shield or a star that he gave to David? He never gave him that. But he mentioned this. He said, a star of your God. Okay, read that scripture again.
Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch, and the star of your god Rephaim.
And the star of your god Rephaim, okay? That's what that going into, okay? So go to, let's see here real quick. Give me that, go to gang graffiti number 20. So I'm gonna show you some of these gang graffiti, some of the stuff we see on the walls and stuff right there. So you see that 6-point star, that number 6, that goes into the folk nation right there. That's like your gangster disciples, your black disciples, maniac Latin disciples, insane gangster disciples, all that type of stuff that goes into them. Simon City Royals, all these different gangs that they have in Chicago. You may see some Crips in them associated with that. So now you go into LA, you got the 13th Street. This is Issachar right here. I ain't gonna say Issachar, but the Northern Kingdom, his so-called Hispanics, okay? This is them, they go into that 13th Street, okay? So you got the Latin Kings. Latin Kings fall in the People Nation, okay? That's why they got 5-point crown or the 5-point star as well. Show the next symbol. So you got that 5-point star. They say 5 popping or 6 dropping, or it's vice versa, 6 popping and 5 dropping. So that goes into the vice lords and the gangster disciples, how they beef and they tag on the walls in Chicago, throughout the whole United States or the earth. Read. I mean, there's more pictures. That's it. Okay, so now go to the gang tattoos real quick. The gang tattoo picture. So now you see then he got norte. I mean, that means north in Spanish. Okay. So you see this Northern Kingdom right here. He got the red bandana there. He's not a blood, you know what I'm saying? But they have what they call, I think, the Norte, and they got the Southerners, right? You got this dude, he's a Crip. He's a rolling 60 Crip. These are all these different sets right here. Okay, I'm going to touch on that too. I forgot to pull it. That's the GD Nation right there, Gangster Disciple Nation. See the pitchforks, the 6-point star. See, you got a cane on the bottom, a hook or whatever. That's an upside down cane to disrespect the vice lords, okay? All right, is there more pictures? See him, that's a vice lord. He got the 2 bunny ears. He got the 5-point star in the eye, the cane pointed up, okay? Go ahead. It's Latin Kings right there. So you got the 5-point crown. Y'all seen these tattoos? Y'all seen these symbols and stuff on the walls? If you see your children with that stuff, hey, you got to get with your kids. Make sure they're not involved. You see them wearing yellow bandanas and all that, or yellow colors, yellow laces, blue, green, red, all that, or black bandanas. Hey, stop them. They're going to get killed. They're going to get hurt. Is there more pictures? That's it right there? Okay, go to, I forgot to touch on, go to, what is it, number, it's supposed to be sets. You see the one in there about gang sets? I want to say it's number 6. Yeah, number 6. You see number 6? Number should be number 6. Gang sets. Yeah. All right, read that right there, officer.
Gang sets meaning many of the larger gangs break up into smaller groups, cliques, or subsets. These smaller groups can be called sets. In gang slang, the cliques typically bring more territory to a gang as they expand and recruit new members.
Right. So just like how we saw the one Crip, it said rolling 60s, right? That's the set of Crips. You got rolling 60, you got A-Trade gangsters, you got neighborhood Crip, you got all these different. Those are different sets within the gang Crip. So it just not. You got some of them have different color bandanas. Some of them branched off to their own thing. Used to have 5 dudes, Hoover Crips. Now they just Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? Hoover killers, and they wore orange bandanas, but they first were Crips. Okay, then you have your Grape Street Watts Crips. They got purple bandanas. All these different colors and stuff. But those are different sets of where they from. You know what I'm saying? And it symbolizes the difference of them. And also with the folk and People Nation, they got different sets of GDs. You got different sets of vice lords. You got 4 corner hustlers. You got insane gangster disciples. You got insane vice lords. All this stuff, and they got numbers and all that stuff to represent them. So just showing you start seeing that type of stuff. Hey, with your kids, you see the behavior change. Hey, you need to get with your kids. Make sure they don't get caught up. So now with that, go to what is it? Number 21. I already did 21, right? With the tattoos. Okay, go to number 15. The video number 15. So we're gonna watch this quick video here. This is off the movie Straight Outta Compton right here. You got Ice Cube, and then he riding up from the school bus. They get ready to go home, and you got some kids out there. They throwing up gang signs to another rival gang. But go ahead and hit play.
man. Yo, Mark ass.
You see that shit?
Oh, he didn't see this coming.
Shut it down. And open up the goddamn door, man. Hey, what's going on? Shut the fuck up, blood. Y'all niggas ready to die today? Don't get quiet now. All that shit y'all throwing up out the window? What's up with it? Huh? You think we saw that, huh? Let me see how you do that shit again. Let me see.
I was just playing, man. I swear I was only playing, man.
You think niggas out here playing? Huh? Niggas die every day. I kill Crip for breakfast. Don't you ever put your motherfucking hands up on no school bus, nigga? You understand me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers need to gangbang them books instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Shit, you never know. Cause I might be the one to kill your motherfucking ass. Remember me. OG Two-Tone, Crenshaw Mafia, blood.
He was letting them know what set he come from. He said, I'm Crenshaw Mafia blood. That was a set still out there. So he stopped them in his neighborhood. He see everybody all flamed up and red. They supposed to be Crips. You go ahead and take it down. You can take it down. So you see how that blood, he was an OG, you know what I'm saying? He was an older man. You know, he was like, hey, what y'all doing? But you see what he told him? You need to be banging in them books. Why? Because he lived that life. He like, hey, this ain't gonna be good. This ain't gonna be good for you. So he had to do that. He had to check the little man, because why? How can I say? Some kids, they need somebody to check them, to scare them straight at times. You know what I'm saying? Why? If not, guess what? He gonna be throwing up them gang signs to the wrong person. Guess what? He gonna get shot and killed. He may Crip walk, blood walk, or whatever. Hey, that's gonna get him jacked up. All right, so give me the that was touching on the Bloods and the Crips, you know what I'm saying, in LA, and that also happened throughout the whole United States too as well. So now we're gonna touch on some Chicago gangs here. Okay, this is off the movie First Time Felon right here. For those who ain't never seen it, here's a part in the jail. Play.
This ass, you tried to go over to the Vice Lord.
Have to start it over real quick so it can play. Start it over.
This ass, you tried to go over to the Vice Lord, but we got the bitch back. Been breaking him off a little something for 2 days now.
Wait, pause real quick. So the older guy you see there, you know what I'm saying, he's a gangster disciple. This is like Chicago-based gangs right here. So he's a GD. They're in the prison, you know what I'm saying, and you see Omar Epps, he's a Vice Lord. Okay, he got confused and got end up getting in the wrong side. He heard somebody call his name on the street. It's gonna play, it's gonna talk about it. So he ended up going into the wrong area and he got called out. They seen his tattoos and all that. Hold up, man. So you had Tretch, a rapper, from Newark, New Jersey. He played a gangster disciple in there. But if you watch the movie, it's based on a true story. This movie here based on a true story, just like the other one that we just played. But go ahead on and hit play.
I ain't no false flagger. I'm born Vice Lord for life. Shit, did somebody call out boss? Thought a nigga knew me from the street. They call me Boss Dog. I ain't know they called disciples boss. Man, this shit just confusion. It's a mix-up. Let me handle this here.
Stand up. Step the fuck up out of here.
Yeah. Raise out.
Listen, partner, you vice lord.
Sit down.
You're in the right room now, and you're gonna need this here. They tell me they had you over in the disciples' room. You see one of our soldiers over there?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
You wanna call it that?
You know, them motherfuckers got us outnumbered. You know, it's about 75 of them, only 20-something of us. You know, they beat that man up and stabbed that man over Orange. Over a goddamn Orange. We can kill them motherfuckers. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can move on them disciples' ass today. Motherfuckers.
You go ahead and turn that. You go ahead and turn it off. So that's a you know, another little movie clip that I want to show y'all. You know, to show you the type of things that happen in prison and jail. You know, if you get a chance, it's a pretty good movie to watch. You know, a real good movie to watch. It was I want to say, I think it was the HBO special. You know, when it first came out, it came out on HBO. And, you know, that brother, you know, he was brought up like they was born into that. His dad was a vice lord. He became a vice lord. You know, a lot of people, parents were Bloods and Crips. Guess what? They born into it. They become Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? So, or whatever different type of gangs that there are out there, you know. So, with that, go to, let me see here real quick what I want. Go to Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 10 real quick. Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 10. When you get it, bear with me real quick. Let me get it with you. Got to move fast. Go ahead if you got it.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 18 verse 10. If he beget a son that is a robber.
Hear that? If you beget a son, right, your son, he become a robber. You know what I'm saying? He out there robbing and stealing. You know, there's a lot of robberies that take place, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of our people. This thing happened, you know what I'm saying? They get out there, want to get a name for themselves, so they start to rob and steal. I have friends that grew up and did that same foolishness, and they end up getting locked up, you know, or some of them got killed behind that. Read.
A shedder of blood.
A shedder of blood, a murderer. And not just because it says son, because the Bible written masculine. It's talking about male and female, because you got females in those gangs too, okay? Your daughters be a part of this gang, so don't get it twisted. It ain't just the man, it's the women too, all right? Because you go in there, you'll see the female gang. Some of them is the female Crips or the female Bloods and disciples and vice lords, so on and so forth. They bad. They evil, you know what I'm saying? There's a gang. There's another gang movie called My Vida Loca. It goes into the Northern Kingdom, female gangs, okay, out west. All right, but read that from the top one more time.
If he beget a son that is a robber, a shedder of blood, and that doeth the like to any one of these things, and that doeth not any of those duties, but even hath eaten upon the mountains and defiled his neighbor's wife.
Now he out there committing adultery, you know what I'm saying? He up there in the mountains, you know, those are like the high places where people go worship different idols. They'll have orgies, so on and so forth. Read.
Hath oppressed the poor.
Hear that? Oppressed the poor. You remember what we read in I want to say Isaiah 1 and Isaiah 3 and 12. Children are our oppressors. That's who's oppressing us in our own communities. You got the gangs there who, you know, a lot of people don't even want to stand up for the, you know, they scared to stand up. Think about, you know, those that seen Baby Boy. Remember, he went to the store, he had his bike, took him by the Crips. He's a Crip, he was a Crip as well. Damn. But the younger Crips jumped him, beat him up, took his bike. He had to go get his homeboy. He said some little dudes, you know, I ain't gonna say the word, he says, well, I'm gonna say, he said some little niggas jumped me. They took my bike, so they had to go back there and get his bike. But read on.
Hath oppressed the poor and needy. Has spoiled by violence.
They spoiled by violence, meaning they be fighting, jumping people. I forgot to put a video up. I had a video for that, but it's all good though. So they So they spoil the needy, you know what I'm saying? People that's in need, that need help. They spoil them, rob them, take their money. That's them taking advantage of the people. That's they selling the drugs, so on and so forth. Read.
Have not restored the pledge.
Right, restore the pledge going into you owe people money. They're not paying the people back the money. And the people are afraid to ask for the money. Read.
Have lifted up his eyes to the idols.
Right, that's going into the 5-point star, the 6-point star, or they're going into the wicked idols. They looking up to their OGs. They want to be like them. They want to be the leader, the big-time drug dealer. They look up for the money, the cars, the women. You know, these are idols. This is going into idol worship, idolatry. Okay, read.
Hath committed abomination.
Hear that? They have committed abomination. That's what God said. That's an abomination. Read.
Have given forth upon usury.
What's usury, right? Meaning, so they're giving upon usury, right? Give me, let me see here real quick what I got here. Give me Proverbs 28:8 real quick. They're given unto usury, you know what I'm saying? That's money. You know what I'm saying? Somebody paying them, you know, because, or they may pay somebody some money. Like you'll see, what's that movie called BMF? You'll see there's a show called BMF. Yeah, Snoop Dogg, he played the pastor in there. He getting money from the drug dealer, from, you know, Big Meats and all them. But read what you got.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 8. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it from him that will pity the poor.
Right, because he not, you know, he gonna gather from them that pity the poor, right? He gonna take money. He robbing people. He getting usury, getting paid money. He getting gained. You know what I'm saying? They bribes and stuff like that. So go back to where we was at there in
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 13. Have given forth upon usury and have taken increase. Shall he then live?
So the God says, shall he then live? He gonna live? You know, read.
He shall not live. He have done all these abominations. He shall surely die. His blood shall be upon him.
Right. So now we know he's committing all these abominations, right? So you know what I want? Give me that in Sirach 15, you know, about how the Lord feel about abominations.
The book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13. The Lord hateth all abominations.
So the Lord, he hateth all abominations. That's how God does hate. He hate Esau and he hate abominations. Okay, read. Is there more to it than that?
Yeah. And they that fear God love it not.
And those that fear the Most High God, they don't love that thing either. I'm trying to find my other precept here. Go to Proverbs 28 and 8. I think it's Proverbs 28 and 8 is what I want.
We just read that one.
Did we?
Yeah.
Proverbs 28 and 8.
Verse 9.
Yeah, verse 9. I guess that's what it is.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the Lord, even his prayer shall be abomination.
Right, even his prayer should be an abomination. What does verse 8 say?
Verse 8. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it from him that will pity the poor.
Right, okay. Got you. I see what I did right here. I misput a scripture on here, okay, about the, I was looking for that one about abominations, but like I said, his prayer is going to be abomination. So anyways, let's go to, give me that number 11 real quick, the video on number 11. I think I don't know if it's a video or is it an article. I think it's a video. So start that over real quick and hit play. So this going into like the guns and stuff. This is how the guns are coming in and into the neighborhoods in our communities. Play that.
In Chicago's violence-plagued South Side, even boxcars pose a threat.
We're already dealing with the consequences of individuals who are shooting individuals on a daily basis. And now to have illegal guns stolen and end up on our streets, it only compounds the issues that we're dealing with every single day.
Pastor Corey Brooks' church is a stone's throw from a Norfolk Southern rail yard. Razor wire once separated the church basketball court from the 63rd Street rail yard, but even that has long since rusted and fallen away. Police say street gangs have found the train's easy pickings to plunder guns.
The opportunities present themselves over and over every single day.
In 2015, a group broke into the yard and stumbled upon a gun gold mine, more than 100 brand new firearms inside a freight car en route to the West Coast.
They park their train cars often in rail yards that happen to be in high crime areas in the city.
Pause real quick. Pause. So you hear what he said right there? That thing is heavy there. They often park the rail cars. They know that they know what they're doing. They strategically park it right in the bad area of a city like Chicago, Los Angeles. You got New York, the cities in Texas. You just name them. All the major cities. Everywhere you see there's like a sports team at. Guess what? The gang violence, the crime is high. They park that thing right there, man. And think about it. They said at one time it had concertina wire. We call it concertina wire or barbed wire, so you couldn't climb the fence or whatever because you get caught and nagged up. And it was well protected, but now it ain't even protected. It's set up. This is a setup. Okay, why? Because they want us to kill ourselves. They pump all this stuff into our community. This stuff was taking place even back in the 60s and 70s. The same thing happened, and they're doing the same thing now. Okay, go back to the video.
In and of itself presents a problem to law enforcement.
Retired alcohol, tobacco, and firearms agent Thomas Ahern says an old industry adage is a big factor. Cargo at rest is cargo at risk.
Unfortunately, it's very easy for thieves to break into these train cars.
While guns have been stolen from other rail yards in the country, there have been 3 major gun thefts here in recent years. Court and arrest records show days after the 2015 theft, police found some of those handguns in traffic stops and drug raids. Another was used in a January 2016 shooting, one of 3,500 shootings last year. Most of the stolen guns have never been recovered.
And so we have to say something. We have to do our part to make sure that they take full responsibility because it is their responsibility and theirs alone.
In a statement to the Associated Press, a Norfolk Southern rail yard spokesperson said the company is, quote, doing everything within our power to prevent thefts. That includes more patrols and guard dogs, but it didn't offer any details on security upgrades. Pastor Brooks says the company needs to do more.
The fact that the railway is not responding speaks volumes. What it really says is that we don't care.
He and other residents question whether there would be more urgency if the yard was in an affluent area. John Moan, Associated Press.
Right, so, like you said, they got the yard set there. There's no protection to keep the kids from going in there or keeping in certain individuals, because these be adults going in there. Then the other thing is, how do they know that the cart had weapons in it? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. How do they know that the weapons are there? Somebody's telling them that. Somebody's letting them know. There's like an inside man, or there's somebody evil in high places trying to set our people up. Okay, so you got to look at that. They don't care about us. Okay, so they look at us. They say, hey, we need to get them to kill each other, tear their neighborhoods up, so their neighborhood, the value go low. And guess what? We're coming there and clean it up and do gentrification. That's what's taking place in a lot of these major cities, and they're moving all the blacks, Hispanics, and natives out of those areas and pushing them outside the city. Okay, that's why you see that take place. Okay, because we don't clean up our areas. I'm gonna touch on that too as well. Go to article number 12. Number 12. There's an article. Now we're going to go to Los Angeles here. So I want to say that Chicago one, that was back in 2017. Still, them things are still going on, and it probably happening in other places, local areas where we live at today. Because think about how the crime been getting up high. It's been real high in these areas. Okay. And we got a lot of rail carts, a lot of trains and stuff be running back and forth all through the Carolinas down here in North Carolina. But you got that for me, article number 12? Yeah. All right, so read that right there.
Article 12 of the Los Angeles Times. Scores of guns stolen from trains cause more problems in L.A.
Right, so this stuff caused more issues in L.A. Scroll on down real quick. We're going to read a little bit. Read that.
In August,
got some pop-ups.
Los Angeles police officers arrested 2 people in Lincoln Heights carrying a pair of shiny new 22 caliber handguns.
So they rolling around with brand new guns. You got to think about it. Brand new guns. These guns goes to the gun stores and get sold, or goes to the military. You know what I'm saying? And used, you know what I'm saying, for war purposes and stuff like that. So they got kids are rolling around with brand new pistols, shot. You know what I'm saying? That thing costs money, but they rolling around with that. They can get a gun easy. They can find a weapon easy. You know what I'm saying? Probably quicker than finding some candy at the candy store. But go ahead.
The guns were clean, as though they came right off the shelf. Not at all like the ones typically found following arrests.
Right, because usually they find old rusty guns that they stole, that they got from somebody. Now they just getting guns. You know, before when I was young, you had little cap guns. You know, you went off, you shooting the little caps. You might have one light up or whatever. They make the little pow noise, or you had little water gun fights. Now these junkies having pistols, man, toting little pistols like it ain't nothing. Read on.
Just days later, officers patrolling in neighboring northeast LA arrested a person with a similar handgun in the same pristine condition. A trace of the weapons revealed they came from a batch of 36 handguns reported missing as they were being shipped by train to Tennessee. Los Angeles Police Department officials said.
Right, scroll down. I'll read.
One of the suspects arrested revealed that he had bought the weapons on the street and that they had come from cargo trains in the nearby Lincoln Heights rail yards. He casually mentioned that he could not afford the price of a shotgun being offered for sale. Police investigators said shortly afterward, LAPD and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives arrested 2 other suspects with 2 of those shotguns and later learned that they were part of a missing shipment of 46 shotguns.
Hear that? So there's mad shipments. You got to think about how often this been going on. So now everybody's toting pistols, got shotguns, assault. You know, they got assault rifles. You know, M16s. The AR-15 is the civilian M16. You know what I'm saying? Probably got AK-47s. You got to think about them. Them guns cost money, and those are war weapons. Those are war weapons. That's the modern day sword. Okay, so I got to go back to that scripture. We're gonna drop that article because it's saying the same thing that took place in Chicago. I'm gonna go back to that one scripture in Matthew 26:52. I have to read it again. So our kids, you know what I'm saying, the adults that's in these gangs, they out here with the weapons, they selling them, you know, and it's getting into the hands of children. And read what you got.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 52. Then said Jesus unto him, put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Right, so our children that take up those weapons and they're using them, guess what? They're going to die by the sword. They're going to die, but they're going to, you know what I'm saying? Or they're going to kill somebody and mess up their life. When they get locked up in prison, guess what? That mess your life up. Now you got to go visit your kid in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? When he get in that prison, he's not the same person. You know, he got to survive in there. It's like wolves in there. You know what I'm saying? He a kid, he got to protect himself, you know, from not being raped. You know, he gonna have to join a gang, all that type of stuff. He get a little different in there. You know what I'm saying? Now the gangs become more racial profiles. So you got all the blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? They're in separate gangs. They may be divided. Sometimes they come together and they fight against the white gangs. You know what I'm saying? The white Aryan nation. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's Esau in them. Okay, so
hit the bomb.
Hit the bomb, man. Yeah. Anyways, go to number 13. Number 13, real quick. Oh, I can't remember if it's the video or article. Number 13, going to drugs right here. Yeah. This happened in 2019, and you know this stuff is still taking place. I forget the name of this one movie. It got something to do with this. They was in Panama, in the Panama, you know, Canal, and so on and so forth. But play.
The feds are investigating one of the largest drug busts in U.S. history.
In June 2019, news breaks of a massive seizure in the Port of Philadelphia. 20 tons of drugs in a single seizure.
Authorities say the drugs could have a street value of more than $1 billion.
This was not like just any other drug trafficking case. Yes, drugs are smuggled on container ships every day, but this one was extraordinary, and this one was different. It was not only the sheer quantity of drugs, it was also the level of involvement of the crew.
This wasn't just happening on one ship. The cartel's penetration of MSC's crewing apparatus was so deep that they could run multiple crews on multiple ships with these massive loads of drugs that were going to Europe. It really has created this kind of gangland feel that overlays global container shipping.
The fact that there's the world's largest shipping company that's at the center of this, that makes it a very sensitive topic and also one that could have ramifications for the wider shipping industry.
All right, you go ahead and take that off right there. I just wanted to show y'all how these drugs are coming to our community. Because you got to think about it. You got cocaine. Cocaine don't grow natural here in the United States, okay? Cocaine is grown in South America, okay? It's the only place where it's grown down there in South America and like where Brazil, Colombia, and all them places like that. They can grow that stuff because it's tropical. So while they growing that, guess what? How is that thing being imported and exported to the Americas? We don't own no damn ships. Think about it. We don't own no major planes and all that stuff to import and export that type of stuff. You got the opium. Opium only grows in Asia, in Iran, Afghanistan, all them places like that, Vietnam and all that. They grow natural out there. That stuff is being shipped and brought in through the through them ships and them containers. They can't look at every single container. And then they said there's people that was on the inside that was involved in that. Hey, that was just one drug bust. They said that was one thing. They had $1 billion worth of cocaine, that they found. So think about how many, all them ships coming in daily to all throughout the whole United States or throughout the whole earth to all these different ports. A lot of them ports are the same slave ports that we were shipped in, okay? That we were taken to and from. All right, just to let y'all know that. But this is what's taking place right here. So it's not us that's doing that, but all that stuff is coming. You know what I'm saying? And people got to meet up with the big time seller to get that and distribute that thing. So with that, go to number 14. Number 14, drug trafficking. So this happened the other day. For those that don't know, this happened a couple of days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. Hit play.
A major drug trafficking ring has been busted. Authorities in Bucks County say the cross-country criminals smuggled millions of dollars in cocaine and methamphetamine from California to Pennsylvania. Those drugs ended up in both Bucks and Montgomery counties, as well as Philadelphia. It is Wednesday night. Shari's off. Sarah Bloomquist is joining us. And the big story in Action News is a large-scale drug trafficking organization busted.
6 men are facing charges tonight for their roles in this ring. Action News reporter Charles Watson live now in Doylestown, where authorities held a news conference a short time ago. Charles.
Yeah, Sarah and Rick, the Bucks County District Attorney's Office says this was a bi-coastal operation that arranged a shipment of illegal narcotics from California to our area through the United States Postal Service. We're talking about millions of dollars worth of drugs that authorities say would then end up on the streets of Philadelphia and Bucks County.
The business model was to deliver dangerous drugs to individuals with addiction in our community.
But it won't happen anymore, according to Bucks County District Attorney Jen Shorn, who announced the arrest of 4 men from our area who authorities say trafficked at least $5 million worth of cocaine and methamphetamine from California to Pennsylvania. Christian Garwood, Khalid Kemp, Joseph Byrne, and his brother Matthew Byrne have all...
We're gonna. So I just want to show y'all. Okay, so you had one Jake involved. You know what I'm saying? But the rest, all 3 of them is Esau. You know what I'm saying? 2 of them are brothers up there, and then you had this other person. You may have 1 or 2 of us, but guess what? The majority is always them of the Caucasian race. They the ones that have the connections. They the ones that have the businesses to get that thing to export and transport that stuff. We don't have it like that. Okay. So I just want to bring that part there out. So now I want you to go to, let me see here. Go to number, let me see here. Yeah, go to number 15 real quick. Article 15 right fast. So what I'm getting into, is, what I'm saying, when you a drug dealer, what I'm saying, this for, our people, that sell drugs, that's in the midst of you make drugs and all that. Guess you what they call a street pharmacist, right? You don't know that you in the witchcraft, okay? So read that right there.
Britannica. It says goals of practitioners.
It's called a drug cult, right? So read that.
The drugs used by cults for their hallucinogenic effects were adopted for explicit and implicit religious functions and purposes. The drugs were and are reported to enhance religious experience. Controlled laboratory investigations of the effects of such drugs performed outside a culturally determined cultic framework helped to make the cults more understandable.
Scroll down real quick. Scroll down some more. So that's going into like ecstasy, you know, just showing you different things. Go down to the next thing. So you got purification, you got healing, divination. Scroll down. Scroll down. Witchcraft and magic. Read that.
Witchcraft and magic. Some pharmacological cults do not rise much above the level of witchcraft, with ceremonies expressing the participants' insecurities, anxieties, and hostilities. This is particularly true of cults operating among a marginal competitive people, as in the Peruvian cult that uses how you say that? Ahajuja Bantashu. This is a syncretic cult which primitive magical beliefs are interwoven with minimal Roman Catholic features.
Right, so that probably going like to bruteria and all that stuff. So like what it says is going, you got like the witch doctor, so on and so forth. But remember, a lot of that stuff is being made in the labs. You know what I'm saying? Due to time, we're gonna drop this right here, and I want you to go to number 16 real quick. So I'm going to show you something. You remember how we used to watch the Smurfs? Or you may watch, Lord of the Rings and stuff. Remember Gargamel? Remember he had in his laboratory, right? Don't it look very familiar? The tools and stuff, the beacons, the not the fallopian tube. What do you call that tube? I forgot.
Test tube.
Test tubes, yeah. So you got the test tube, the beacons, all that, these potions and all that stuff. Guess what? Today's modern day wizard see that right there, is science. And the science lab, it ain't no difference. All that stuff is being made. All that stuff is magic. So you take that potion, guess what? It gave you hopes and dreams. Guess what? Well, you out there selling that, you become that witch or that wizard or that warlock, okay? That's what that's going into, okay? And that science lab and that wizard lab is the same thing. You that street pharmacist. Right. So let's see how the Most High feel about it. Go to Leviticus 19 and verse 26. Let's see how the Most High feel about those that mess with familiar arts or selling drugs, okay? Read.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 26. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment or observe times.
Right, we ain't supposed to use enchantment or observe times, right? Go to verse 31.
Verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits.
Don't regard them that have familiar spirits. That's a medium. Read.
Neither seek after wizards.
Don't seek after wizards, meaning the wizard is the drug dealer, okay? He the dope man, okay? Read. Is there more?
To be defiled by them.
Because you're going to be defiled. Now you're defiling your temple. Now you're smoking that weed. That weed is laced. You ain't supposed to smoke marijuana. You ain't supposed to put carbon monoxide in your lungs, okay? Then you going out there, you got all this stuff you putting in your system and it's poisoning you. It's jacking you up. Now you walking around, you crazy, bugged out. Okay? That's what that's going into. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 19 and verse 10. Deuteronomy chapter 19 and verse 10, and we're going to read through 10 and 12. And try to speed past. I didn't realize what time it was.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 19 verse 10. That innocent blood be not shed in thy land,
right,
which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance, and so blood be upon thee. But if any man hate his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally that he die, and flee into one of these cities, then the elders of his city shall send and fetch him thence.
Is that Deuteronomy 19 and 10?
I read, that was verse 12.
Okay, that was verse 12. Did you read 10?
Yeah, I read verse 10.
Okay. All right, go to Exodus 22 and 18. I might have put a different verse. I was working on this thing late. Might have got Leviticus mixed up, but go to Exodus 22 and 18.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Hear that. This is what the Most High says. You should not suffer a witch to live. Why? They do evil. Huh?
You wanted Deuteronomy 18 and 10.
That's probably what Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Dang. I put 19. Yeah. You got it for me?
Hold on, let me get it.
Yeah. Yeah, my apologies. And I wrote that thing wrong, but hey, you guys get the point though, but read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
That's us letting our kids getting raised by the streets, joining these gangs. Guess what? You are aborting your children. That goes into abortion. Because they're not a little baby or they're not in the womb, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to kill them, you know, that's still murder, okay? Because that's still life in your body. Right. So when you let them go and they get into them gangs, guess what? They're going to die in those gangs. They're going to be jacked up. They're not going to be the same. So they in there, they got that star. They throwing up that 6-point star, the 5-point star, the color red, the color blue. You know what I'm saying? Fighting over foolishness. But go ahead, read on.
Or that useth divination.
That useth divination. That's going in witchcraft. Read.
Or an observer of times.
That's astrology. Go ahead.
Or an enchanter. Or a witch.
A witch. That's the female witch. Read.
Or a charmer.
A charmer.
Or a consulter with familiar spirits. Or a wizard.
A wizard. A wizard is a male witch, which is like a warlock, okay? Your gargamels. You know what I'm saying? They out there. All right, is there more?
Yeah, there's more.
Go ahead.
Or a necromancer.
A necromancer, that's the one that talked to the dead.
For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
Like it said in Sirach 15, I think verse 13, when it says that, it says, hey, Most High hate all abominations, so we're not supposed to be in the midst of that. All right, so go to Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30 real quick. Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30.
The book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 30.
Get number 17 set up. Picture number 17. Go ahead.
I went by the field of the slothful and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding.
Right. So now, this is a forefather, Solomon. He said, I went and seen this. You know, he's seen this thing of our people that's being neglectful, slothful. You know, show these pictures. You know, you can keep like rotating them pictures. You see these hoods, and you see how the overgrowth of the vegetation and stuff. The houses are falling down. Everything just decayed. You see that? Read on.
And lo, it was all grown over with thorns.
Hear that? Grown over with thorns, weeds and stuff like that. Vegetation. Read.
And nettles.
And
had covered the face thereof.
Right. So you can't even see the front of the house. The houses are abandoned. And yeah, think about the children that grow up around that. That's normal to them. They ain't never seen nothing, you know what I'm saying, greater than that. Or they may have seen it on TV, but you know, this is they become a product of their environment. You know what I'm saying? Is it more to it?
And the stone wall thereof was broken down.
The stone wall broken down. Read.
Then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction.
Right. I looked upon it and received instruction, meaning he understood what was going on. He knew how to clean that situation up. Right. So keep them things going. Give me Proverbs 21 and 16. So this is what he's saying, that slothful man or that slothful woman. Read Proverbs 21, 16.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Right, so the man that wandereth out of understanding, you wander out of the ways of this right here, You're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. You're going to be spiritually dead. So that movie or these zombie movies, Night of the Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead,
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. What's that one with Will Smith?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, right? So you remember how they was all bundled up at night, not at night, in the daytime. They was they was sleep in the daytime because they couldn't come out in the sun. The sun would burn them up and kill them. So they was all bundled up, huddled up like they was in church. They was standing up. They standing up sleep. So that's what our people are in the midst of all these ghettos and slums. Hey, this is what's taking place. And then, you know, go back to the number 17 real quick. So just to show you all, you see these buildings. Go to show the next video. Next picture. You see all this stuff here. These are the same things you see in a haunted house, in a scary movie. You see these same places, and they be what I call them haunted houses in our hoods. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it spiritually, so you got the zombies, which is the Walking Dead, which is our people that's spiritually disconnected, right? And you got the ghouls running around there. You got the witches that's out there with the drugs. You know, the warlocks, the wizards. They all out there in our communities. Then you got the morgues, right? What are the morgues? Go to number 18 and 19. Number 18, you go to the Christian church, right? Show that. You see that picture there, the Christian church? Hey, that's a morgue right there. Right there. They ain't got nothing to do. They got a white Jesus up there. You know what I'm saying? You'll never see that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They deceiving us. Jesus don't look like that. Jesus look like us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people of color, okay?
That's right.
So then go to the next image. The mosque right there, right? So you got the mosque, our people in the midst of that. They all jacked up. You know what I'm saying? They thinking they Islam. I want them to go to Iraq or Iran, Afghanistan or Kuwait or, go to them places, man. They gonna look at you like, man, what the hell? They gonna look at you like you crazy. You calling yourself a Muslim and then you think that's your brother. That ain't your brother. Your brother look like you that's in the same community, okay? So go to we're gonna work on some solutions here right fast. Go to Proverbs 6 and 20 real quick. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 20. We're gonna read down to 23.
The book of Proverbs chapter 6 verse 20. My son, keep thy father's commandment.
He said, my son, keep my father's commandments. He said, keep the Most High commandments, right? Read.
And forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart.
I mean, in your mind, keep them continually, study, meditate, okay? Read.
And tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee.
Right, so wherever you go, this is what's going to lead you in the right direction, okay? So this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be bringing up our kids in the ways of the Most High. This is the only book that's going to keep you from falling off into that lifestyle, okay? Read on. What verse you at?
That's verse 22.
Read verse 23.
When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee, and when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. For the commandment is a lamp.
So the lamp is the way, right? While you in darkness, everything around you is dark. So the commandment is a lamp. You need a lamp to see. Read.
And the law is light.
The law is light. Read.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
That's the way of life, is a reproof of instruction. That's the book of the law. That's the Bible, okay? Give me Proverbs 22 and 15 real quick. So this is what we got to do. Well, actually, go to Proverbs 22 and 6. I'm sorry. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
So that's our job. We got to train up our children in the way he or she should go. Okay, read.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
He will not depart from it. These laws, these moral laws, these all this stuff is going to teach our kids on how to maneuver, how to go, which way they need to be. When they're out there in public, they representing us. You know what I'm saying? The people looking at them, they can see how respectful he is, how intelligent your kid is. You know, your kids is an example of you. All right? Jump down to verse 15.
Verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child.
Right, foolishness. All kids, when we brought up as a young child, we got all foolishness in there, meaning we like clay. We clay, and we got to be molded. If we don't get molded by the parents, guess what's going to happen? The world is going to mold us up. Or we watching on TV, the tablets. We got to look at those things, because all that stuff, there's a lot of evil things that's taking place in there. Right. Little things jump off in there, and the kid get addicted to watching that stuff. Read. Even the cell phones. Cell phones is, damn, that's like dynamite to the brain. But go ahead.
But the rod of correction.
The who?
The rod of correction.
Meaning that belt or that switch. You know what I'm saying? The rod of correction, meaning you got to get that butt whoop. Or the Bible, what the Bible says, it corrects us as us being adults. This is the rod of correction. Read.
Shall drive it far from him.
For drive it far from them. Okay. So now let's go to Sirach chapter 7 and go to Deuteronomy 6 and 7. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Right, we're going to teach, you got to teach these commandments diligently, meaning carefully to your kids. Make sure they understand what they're reading. You know, like it says in Nehemiah 8 and 8, you cause them to read and cause them to understand the reading, okay? Read.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Right. So all that stuff got to be done. It's got to be instilled from you from a young age. Okay. Is more? No. Go to chapter 11, verse 19.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 19. And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Right, we got to get that thing in them. We got to teach them. They only going to learn from you. The school ain't going to teach them. School is going to teach them just what they need to know in life. You got to teach. I mean, like I'm talking about, like as you becoming for work or something like that. But you got to teach them wisdom, okay, and understanding. Read on. Verse 20.
Yes, sir. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house, and upon thy gates.
Right, put this on a refrigerator. Put it in make a design out of it, or like a picture frame or something. Put it on their walls in their room. Read.
That your days may be multiplied.
So that way your days may be multiplied, and the kids' days. Read.
And the days of your children in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them. As the days of heaven upon the earth.
As the days of heaven upon the earth. That's when we in rulership. That's heaven, okay? Rulership here on earth. Go to Sirach 7 and 23. Sirach chapter 7 and verse 23.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 verse 23. Hast thou children? Instruct them.
So if you have kids, instruct them. That's what it's telling us. Give them instruction. These scriptures, read.
And bow down their neck from their youth.
You got to whoop their tail. You got to whoop that butt. Okay? When they mess up, you got to correct them. Just like you take a dog he pee and poop all in your house. Guess what? You got to whoop his tail so he or she knows not to do that in the house and do it outside. So it's the same thing with the kids. Read.
Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body.
Right. Have your daughters a care of their body. You know what I'm saying? They have more time. But like you said, you women, you got to, be that righteous example to your daughters. Make sure your daughters ain't dressing all whorish and trampy like. You know what I'm saying? They ain't supposed to do that. Read all the way to 25.
Yes, sir. And show not thyself cheerful toward them.
Right.
Marry thy daughter.
You want your daughter to be married. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your daughter to be single or burning out there. He said, marry your daughter, right? Why? Read.
And so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
You perform a weighty matter. It's a lot to raise up a daughter, to get her right. You know what I'm saying? As you being a father or mother. Read.
But give her to a man of understanding.
But don't just give it to any old Negro. You know what I'm saying? Or any old gangbanger, anybody crazy. Give it to a man of understanding, a righteous man. So let me see here real quick. I see the time. So pretty much y'all, because the time is running short, it's 11:20 right now. So as again, my name, I'm Officer Nahum. I'm here, I'm IUIC Raleigh. we hear, you know what I'm saying, all the leadership is at the men conference, and we here to, to bring out the word. The topic of today's class was youth violence and gangs, okay? Youth violence and gangs, this the stuff that troubles our community. What's going on, what's taking place with even in the body, you know what I'm saying? Some of the kids, they may fall out. We're going to have these issues, but we got to be here to instruct them. You know what I'm saying? We got to be here to build our children up, our nation. You know what I'm saying? Even those that are outside these the truth, we got to be the righteous example to them, to build them up so they can repent and get the kingdom as well, okay? I hope you guys learned something today. Class is about to end. So, hey, with that, y'all, we're going to say, hey, tune in for the next class. Next class is going to be fire as well, okay? So, with that, we say shalom.
I got the power.